heart before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. For you, for you. Carolina skies in the night, floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. For you, for you.
divine. I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight, we go inside. The man, he is the one. You build your walls, faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your mission. We are many of one. We're coming home with a mission to tear you down from your undeserved throne. We can take your conviction. We are many of one. You may call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt. Yeah. It's so high from here. You can see the world. Aren't we all insistent to be smooth?
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams out lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. Tell me everything's alright. Life is just a bunch of phases, and if it's not, we'll still be fine. I know we're going places. I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by. We
passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Baby, leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG Bet.
Hello everyone and welcome. It is Dota time. We're here with the ESL 1 Los Angeles Online League. I'm Gareth, joined by the wonderful Lacoste as always. Man, how are you doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I'm just looking how the great weather is outside of my window. It's shiny, no clouds, but I can't get out. I mean, I can go to the store, buy food, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, everyone's stuck inside. I had to get a special letter from my work to allow me to go to work. Not allowed to use public transport on my way to the studio. Had to walk from home all the way in here, but it's gorgeous outside. But we've got some even more gorgeous Dota 2 here for you. It's the Chinese online group stage for the ESL 1 LA replacement online tournament. Of course, with COVID-19 becoming such a big problem around the world, we still need some entertainment to keep us all occupied, as we've got a best of 3 here between these two squads. We've seen them play recently, not too long ago, and LGD really did take ViCi Gaming down pretty hard in WePlay. I don't know if you caught that series, Lacoste, but...
Yeah, I was casting it. It was pretty serious ass-whooping from LGD, and they won in 2 20-minute games and 1 30-minute game. Maybe played 3 Void Spirit, the 3 Spirits mid, even Earth Spirit, which was banned out in the first phase in this game. He got buffed, man. I think we're going to see much more of Earth Spirit as a carry / mid. His talents are insane. 65 damage on level 10 is just way too good. Also, this is kind of a counter. They open up with Mars, which is a great counter to Centaur, since the Stampede is not that effective, but they still picked Centaur into the Mars, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, Centaur being picked up by Old Eleven quite a lot. They love having him on these initiators. Mars is no different. So it's not as though it's a block pick or anything. Like you say, they've picked it directly into it. Not only do they ban 3 spirits, they've banned 4 spirits. Of course, maybe he's played Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit and Ember, I guess Void Spirit as well, but just the versatility of these spirits now, all 4 of them becoming pretty powerful. Look at I've never seen it.
Venge. I don't think Venge is like a real spirit. It just has spirit in the name. She is not one of those 4.
Fake spirit. Not really. Yeah, I'm just I'm getting audio levels sorted out, guys. It's been a while since I've been in the studio, so hopefully everything is pretty good now. I think you were a bit loud on my end, Lacoste, for a second, but that was my fault, not yours. You're beautiful.
Louder, louder,
louder. Get it all the way up there. Okay, Centaur, Phoenix, now Ogre, Magi. So some pretty tanky heroes here for ViCi Gaming, and then Lifestealer ban, very reasonable with all these kind of strength heroes, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for sure. Ogre is also one of the heroes that is extremely popular lately. He buffs up the cores, strong laner, also scales well, doesn't need items, and there's a lot of overtime damage. So I assume Mars is going to build up a pipe. It's a must-have in this game. These 3 cores pretty much rely on dealing magical damage. Centaur is some physical with Retaliate, of course. I'm just wondering which core they're going to pick to buff up with Ogre Magi.
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, Faceless Void maybe comes to mind, or one of the
No.
Monkey King. You
God,
don't like
no.
you hate Void still? You still hate Void?
Yes, I do. Even
E-
though
even with-
he got a little bit of buff.
Even with Supernova, like Egg plus Chronosphere, I just gives me goosebumps, man, whenever I see. Okay, so Monkey King, Morphling, Gyrocopter, you'd prefer one of these heroes potentially from ViCi Gaming, some of these Agi heroes, or maybe you consider, you know, the Paparazzi Razor could come out to play here. Actually, Monkey King wouldn't be too bad, you know, up against Mars. You have that good laning stage, and you can always swap it to mid depending on the matchup.
They might get something like a Jug, maybe. Ooh. It's good against the Egg. They need a good Egg hitter. Right now, they don't have any. I mean, they still have 3 heroes to pick, but I would love to see someone that can actually kill the Egg pretty quickly.
Destroy that Egg. So LGD, they do have to pick up their 3rd hero here. It's always nice to have something to dump into this Mars arena. But with Chen as one of your supports right now, you kind of, you know, I was considering an Ancient Apparition, for example. But with Chen, you kind of want someone that can go and start fights with Mars, get something going, have a stun.
Yeah, they definitely need some kind of reliable stun lockdown. Otherwise, these like elusive cores could be a problem. Ooh, okay.
Hey. Invoker. That could be maybe Invoker mid. Could be. I don't think we see.
Oh, all right, there it is.
I'm pretty happy with this. You hate it, but I'm all right because it has Supernova alongside it, and the Bloodlust, like you were mentioning.
Huh, I'm wondering if that's gonna be position 4 Invoker, or it's just gonna bid mid. Quasvex Invoker is gonna do amazing against these heroes. Great against Stampede. Great against Faceless Void. Pre-BKB. Burning mana on Phoenix, so he can't use the Egg. I mean,
Tornado to catch people when they're stampeding away. Tornado Deafening Blast into Chronosphere to stop Void from hitting people, like you say, pre-BKB. Ricky. Ooh, where's that Ricky going? Is that an FY Ricky then? Oh, we just don't know. It's so flexible.
Now it looks like it's a carry Ricky, and Invoker could still be 4 or mid. It's going to be such a great Ricky game against Faceless Void. Once again, pre-BKB, he can't do much. There's no real save on their side besides like Phoenix healing people up, which is not going to be enough. One way to deal with Ricky Cloud if Faceless Void is caught up, of course, is going to be Stampede. So we're going to see more of these Stampedes used defensively instead of trying to close the gap and find the heroes in the backlines, because they don't really have like those, you know, you need to find the Oracle to kill him first before the fight starts. Great against the Cloud, amazing against the Phoenix Egg. It's going to be hard to itemize on these supports. They're going to need 4 staffs.
Well, it looks like they're expecting the 4 Invoker with OD banned. Even though LGD have so many ways to kind of deal with Void Chrono already, that OD adds another with that Astral Imprisonment to save.
You can have too many saves.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like Smokescreen in there, Tornado Deafening Blast, even just a Spear. You know, Mars Arena with a Spear into there messes things up pretty nicely for them. So last ban coming out, we want ViCi Gaming mid-hero, right? What do we want for Ori in this kind of situation? They kind of it feels like they're lacking tower push. I know, I'm honestly, I've been infected by you. Dragon Knight just comes to mind.
Yeah. I was about to say it.
I knew it was coming. Well, they ban out the TA. So last pick for LGD. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Lacoste?
I still think it's gonna be position 4 Invoker here. Good laner with the Mars, and this lane is not gonna be that strong. Like having Ogre and Faceless Void. Faceless Void doesn't threaten a kill early on unless he gets some lucky bashes. Let me just look through the hero list if there's anything I see. Burst damage. I think Lina is also fine. The attack speed that she gets. Also, Yule Scepter Builder against Faceless Void inside the Chronosphere. So that's another save pre-BKB.
Shadow Fiend.
Like he does the same thing, you know. Has a lot of attack speed and buys Yule Scepter. Shadow Fiend is popular because he's a mixed damage. He's both physical and magical, and his ulti is amazing against Faceless Void if he's not caught up inside the chrono.
And it's a really nice combo with Mars Arena, right? Having fear from the Requiem to push them into those warriors and the shields. Bash them up against the sides of the arena. ViCi Gaming, how do you answer this? Your mid laner, TA's banned. Could they think about going Lina themselves, maybe?
They could. They could also get Viper. I'm not sure if they love to play Viper, but yeah, Lina/Viper should be okay. Let me just check the hero list if there's anything else that pops up.
There's no Puck, no DP. They're all banned out. Shadowfiend gone. TA gone.
Yeah, Quap is also the option, even though she doesn't like to play into Ricky, but against other heroes, she's fine.
What about an Arc Warden here for ViCi Gaming? Ori Arc Warden mid. Gives them a little bit more late game potential. Gives them a decent lane up against the Shadowfiend, but it is going to be the Razor. We mentioned that earlier on. Decent combination up with the Ogre Magi with that Bloodlust. And Razor looks like it's going to be the mid matchup against Shadowfiend, though I'm not sure how that goes. I feel like SF wins that matchup like 60% of the time, if not.
Shadowfiend goes for Razor's level 1, and he gets a fast bottle. Even if he steals a lot of damage, Shadowfiend can still last hit with the Razors, and if he doesn't get a lot of last hits early on, he can always switch to jungle. Man, I missed FY.
I was looking over, I was doing my little bit of research. Actually, we'll cut to the Mercedes MVP, of course. It is an ESL 1 event, so Mercedes, of course, one of the big sponsors, and the MVP, the crowning jewel at these events. And we'll take a quick look at this video. And we can come back to this. Yeah, FY, I was looking at Wind Ranger roaming POS 4, and I was like, yes, this is where we needed to be a while ago. But away we go into game 1 of this best of 3. ViCi Gaming taking on LGD. Lacoste, do you have a favorite in this series?
I'm going to say LGD. I'm not a big fan of this Razor pick. Usually I rate hero highly, but he doesn't have a good hero to static link off. Like Mars is okay-ish. Ricky can just blink away. Shadowfiend will buy Yule Scepter in this game, so there's no like clear target to counter. I wanted to see something stronger as the 10th pick. Also, ViCi Gaming drafts were not on point. I mean, you can see that from those results in the VPlay Charity Tournament, where they lost so quickly against LGD.
It was very, very fast. 3-0, wasn't it? I'm with you on this. You know, I thought Razor in this draft, I said it, you know, second or third pick in, Razor was an option for them. But a 10th pick with, like, are they going to maybe, like, you can't put Void mid against the Shadowfiend. Like, you don't have a lane swap. You have to put Razor mid against the SF. So it's not as if Razor's going to have a good lane, and then he doesn't have a good core hero to drain damage from.
I'm just not convinced by this Faceless Void at all. I've seen this hero way too many times in the past 2-3 months, just completely failing. You use Chronosphere, you get a kill on someone, and especially if you kill, like, oh, I'm going to kill position 4 Invoker so he can't use any of these spells, and he just instantly buys back, and then you lose Roche after that, and suddenly you can't fight for another almost 3 minutes. It's insane. The ulti is way too long of a cooldown, 160 seconds.
It's far too long. So we've got FY Invoker, Old 11 on the Mars, X-Nova Chen. Chalice is the position 1 Ricky here, and of course maybe the Shadow Fiend, one of his real signature heroes. SF, Invoker, Storm Spirit, probably some of his big 3 over on ViCi Gaming. DY, the Ogre Magi on his beautiful little derpy looking whatever dodo bird it is. I still love the look of that thing. Ori Razor, PYW on the Phoenix with Yang and Eurus picking up the Centaur and Void respectively. I do lean LGD pretty hard this game as well. You know, Chen has always been one of their big heroes, no matter what the patch is. X-Nova just a spectacular player on it. Gives them, you know, so much through laning stage into map movement and pushing towers.
Yeah, right now they don't have much tower damage. Shadowfiend with level 15 presence aura. is gonna help them, but it still takes time to build up for that. So Chen, early rotations is gonna be crucial. First, like 5, 6, 7 minutes, he's just gonna stay in the lane. Seems like we're gonna have a 5-minute pause. Yang is having some issues, or someone from his team.
That's okay. That's okay. We can talk about COVID-19, can't we? I'm sure we've not
Yes,
heard
we
enough about
can.
Have you been washing your hands, Lacoste?
As usual. I mean, I'm a pretty clean guy, you know, so I'm just doing the stuff that I usually do.
How is it in Croatia? Are you fully quarantined? You're locked in? You can only shop or exercise or whatever?
Pretty much everything is closed besides the shops. So you can go out, buy food. We have like 500 cases confirmed, like 3 or 4 deaths. But like these, I think media is just blowing stuff out of proportion.
It is a bit spooky. I mean,
don't get me wrong. The threat is real. We just need to. I think like media is. This is like their time, the prime time, because
yeah, I mean, it all fuels
how much
into
power
itself.
they have at the moment. Yeah,
like
exactly.
There's like a real threat, and people like you do one story on people stockpiling toilet paper, and then you have 1,000 people do it, and then they tell their families to do it, and all of a sudden you've got no toilet paper left. I've been to my local supermarket, you know, every like 4 or 5 days. I go and do some grocery shopping, and there is just never any. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Honestly, bless Amazon though. I don't know how I'd survive without home deliveries of stuff. Feels like Christmas every day, getting packages and boxes all the time.
So how are you spending the time? Just playing Dota, playing games? You and Knoxville hanging out, playing some board games?
Yeah, and getting fat, 'cause I'm cooking, you know, every day. So I'm my homemade meals. I'm feeding us all very, very well. We're going to come out with an extra 20 kilograms or something between us, I think. Because it's weird, you know, usually I don't eat breakfast or lunch or anything, you know, not like meal-wise, because I'm kind of focused on other things. But now you're at home, you're like, oh, I want a snack, I want to eat something.
What can I do right now?
I can cook an omelette. Yeah, let's have an omelette, guys. Let's make spaghetti bolognese. Let's go wild. I genuinely don't think I've eaten as much bacon, eggs, and cheese in my entire life as I have in the past 3 weeks. Like, I am basically on the keto diet by accident.
What about real English breakfast? Since you're from UK, do you ever prepare that?
A full English breakfast?
Yeah.
I bought all the ingredients, but I didn't. Oh, wait, hang on a second.
It's too much work, right? If you're just cooking for yourself.
It's a bit much. I mean, it's nice every once in a while, but I don't know. I feel like the full English breakfast for me now is more of like a lunch meal, or I don't know. It's more like it's like a full meal. I don't want to have that at breakfast. I want something light at breakfast, bit of fruit, some muesli or something, some cereal. Lunchtime, sure, I'll have some bacon, eggs, mushrooms, sausage, hash browns, potatoes, black pudding, beans. You know, the list goes on. Toast.
What is black pudding?
It's blood sausage.
Yeah, we have that in Croatia. I just didn't know it was called black pudding.
Yeah, we fry it up. And Irish breakfast has black pudding and white pudding. Very tasty. I used to hate it as a kid.
I'm kind of afraid to ask what goes into the white pudding.
I'm not actually sure. I think it's just like a pork sausage with like flour and oats in it. Hang on. White pudding, Ireland. Oh, we're starting the game. Look, guys, I'm Googling something. It's just like another sausage. It's a meat dish. It doesn't have blood in it. Yeah, it's just like another different type of sausage, basically. Right, let's stop talking about food, because I'm going to start getting hungry. LGD up against ViCi Gaming, game number 1. Here in this best of 3 for the ESL 1 Los Angeles Online Replacement League for China. And we get ourselves into the laning stage. And both of us leaning towards LGD for this one. But ViCi Gaming do have a lot of team fight, you know, in their arsenal. They've definitely got ways to potentially swing the, you know, turn the tides of any battles in this match.
Ricky has 10 region per second when he's standing near the Chen with headdress and level 1 divine favor.
That's obscene. Like that's like Nick's assassin levels of HP regen. It's ridiculous.
30 seconds to battle.
Actually ridiculous. DY gonna bloodlust himself. Zone, old 11. Back away from the bounty rune just a little bit, but Chalice is here lurking around. 3 heroes for LGD. Want to try and secure some gold for themselves down south. PYW not leveling anything up, neither is Eurus. Still holding on to points. While X-Nova sneaks out a bounty rune top. Yang can't really contest that. He's just going to have to go and grab his own one. But bottom lane's where the action's happening. EMP level 1 is going to come out. The spear. The zone's back. Eurus. Bounty rune goes X-Nova Yang old 11 with 1 remaining to be picked up. So it's going to be 3-1 LGD favored. No deaths.
And they burned all Ogre's mana. He used Bloodlust, and that EMP kind of zoned him out. Also burned the mana on Faceless Void. And Invoker got his mana back, so he's good to go. EMP very costly, so you need to hit it. 125, level 1.
And PYW has the TP. TPing top lane, in fact. Goes up in lanes with a Centaur, but that Riki did a decent chunk of damage. But now Ricky's in a kind of an odd place. Okay.
Nah,
yeah, never
Chen's
mind.
gonna recall him.
No, yeah, no big deal. Chen brings him straight back to lane. Oh,
This is the build on Centaur.
Already Ori is struggling. HP and regen-wise, anyway.
Popping those mangoes. I mean, it's only first wave, but maybe showing dominance. That's how you play Dota.
Sure is.
Courier has been killed.
X-Nova finding a courier snipe. PYW really losing out. Across the board, difficult here for ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, so if you think about the gold-wise, what he just lost, he lost 90 gold for TP. I mean, you get 3 free, but still you're gonna need to buy 1 later on. And he lost his career, which is 30 gold times 5, that's 150. So he lost 240 gold in a couple of seconds.
It's substantial. It all adds up, every little bit. Dota has become such like a min-max game where, professional games especially, it's all about the little details, all about the small plays or the little balances that you manage to make for yourself. So old 11, 7-1. Keeping up in farm with the Eurus Void for now, taking a decent chunk of damage from that bloodlusted bash as FY chased back by DY. I'm going to like that. FYDY. Oh, the courier. Hello. One more slap. No, the cold snap comes out. Old 11's going to have to run back. And DY will take a bit of a beating
might be
here.
in
Do they have the
trouble.
spear? They do. If they want to launch it out, DY could potentially be a target for a kill. But they decide to hold on, conserve their mana for now.
They need to bring some extra regen on the bottom lane. Hedris is ready on Invoker, so he's good to go with the Quas. Sitting on almost 10 per second, but Mars has none at the moment.
Need to bring him out some more. He's got a couple of stick charges, but that's about it. Top lane Riki might be in a spot of bother here. Blinks back to the creeps. Does have that regen going from the Tango, now the Chen. Another blink away, and he will be fine. Yang and PYW really sticking it to him, though, and now we're starting to see this last hit board become a little greener for ViCi Gaming. They are racking up the CS. And I thought the Shadow Fiend would really do much better in this lane matchup, but I'm being proven wrong here by Ori.
This is kind of expected for me. I don't think anyone has an upper hand in this matchup. Both heroes are gonna farm. There's no real position 4 that can rotate. If Phoenix leaves, tries to go for minute 4 rune, if he gets something good, they might grab a kill. The slow from Icarus dive could do the trick.
Yeah, and the big loser really has to be Chalice, right? 8 CS. Centaur currently sitting at 18 and 4, so 10, so it's 2.5 waves over the Riki in last hits. Bit of a struggle there. Even, I guess the Chen, yes, a decent laner, but not offering as much aggressive potential as PYW's Phoenix is when coupled up with a Centaur with a, this double edge being spammed out on the Riki consistently.
You might have 10 regen per second, but Centaur with Ring of Tarask and Ring of Health now has almost 15. So every single time you get close, he's gonna use double edge to harass you.
Ring of Tarask and Ring of Health is broken as heck. So much HP regen. Courier's flying out and waddling across all the lanes. Nice spear into EMP bottom with the cold snap. Does connect onto Eurus, but he jumps forward with a time walk. They're playing aggressively into Old 11, trying to look for this kill on Mars, and they might just have it, you know? The couple of whacks out from DY, always got the big punches, and Eurus claims first blood as ViCi Gaming stamp their mark on this laning stage. And oh, mid lane, oh, I nearly caught it. Somnus does get that 1v1 kill on the Razor at long last. Hits level 5, 3 points in the Razors, and there you have it.
Yeah, bottom lane, they got the kill because of that 1 point in time dilation. Faceless Void has 1 level of time walk, so they can keep harassing him, and that's gonna be super effective. I just want to see if he gets another point in time walk or bash. This is like all-in build. I mean, he benefits a lot from Bloodlust, so I guess that's the reason why.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're right. That 1 point in time dilation, don't mess around with that.
Centaur with this kind of a build, sorry Gary, is like a new Timbersaw. You need to stay away from him. He gets way too much farm early on, goes for that Vanguard, and then you can't kill him.
Yeah, like Retaliate is like an aggressive reactive armor, right? Instead of making himself tankier, he outputs even more damage. As Chalice tried to go from PYW, forcing the Icarus dive for sure. But dealing with Yang here is an impossibility. They've got a couple of Chen creeps that are messing around with him. You know, this little Purge, little Chain Lightning. I say little Chain Lightning, it's a lot of Chain Lightning. Yang turns to battle into Ricky the kill off Chalice, but maybe Xnova can get a trade. Yang is healing up and they cannot follow through.
It's too much regen. And he popped 13 Retaliate charges, pretty much insta-killed the Ricky. Also, they had Purge, but it was not there on time. He got a couple of hits off.
Ori, oh good, Fire Blast. The one raise is coming. It's not going to land. Ori too fast, speeds away thanks to the Bloodlust. Shadow Fiend and Invoker nearly bringing down that Razor one more time. But DY, good positioning as Somnus. He still wants this desperately. Gives the clicks to DY's Ogre. And top, it looks like everyone's just going to disengage. And we're left with a 1v1 bottom lane between Mars and Void. It's all kicking
LGD
off.
understands they need to control the runes for maybe this Shadowfin who's level 7. Like, he needs to have that mana regen HP going. Plant and Observer Ward uphill. He's stacking the jungle for himself, and that's a full Vanguard on Centaur. Like, right now, he is unkillable.
1600 health. And what's his HP regen? 16 and a half, nearly 17. Dear Lord. So lots of HP regen. Eurus with Morbid Mask. Oh, bollocks. I've missed that one. That's my bad. What was maybe doing? Maybe he was trying to contest stacks and camps over in the jungle side.
He was stacking their camp. He wanted to farm it, but it was under the ward, and the ward that LGD placed should get devoted. Back to the bottom lane. Eurus is level 6. They just need to rotate hero. Top lane should be fine. So if someone wants to rotate, it could be Phoenix. Right now he's a bit low on mana, has Clarity running, but let's see who TPs. It's going to be Ogre. They want to put the pressure on the bottom lane, grab a kill early. Use of Chronosphere does not matter that much.
DY, not much mana left, has a Clarity. One Tango, he's going to pop it. But the CMP Tornado, oh, they don't land the spear. Old 11 expecting maybe a longer Tornado lift duration. But Eurus just time walks away, and he's got 10 stick charges, so still a difficult kill to grab no matter what. As Old 11, these hits from the Void, you can't muck around with Eurus in this position. Old 11 needs help. He needs help right now. Where's his teammate gone? He's being left alone. He's just gonna chrono him, get in behind the Mars, and whack him down into oblivion. DY walks into the chrono and says, hello, thanks for the experience. I'm gonna share in on this.
They should not use the chrono. Like, they had Centaur Stampede, and it would be enough. The extra slow would do the trick.
Even more gold into the pockets of Eurus. What's he got on the courier? It must be something. He's got full treads coming out now. So Morbid Mask, treads, full stick. What kind of build do we expect from Void? Is this going to be a Mask of Madness?
It could be. I mean, Morbid Mask is just for the region. But if you want to go for it, you get Mask of Madness, then you can disassemble it later on. You get Stanek and Butterfly, so I think it's the way to go this game.
Sounds real powerful. Yang at half HP up top. Chalice starts it off. But this is a lot of damage from the Centaur. Fortunately, with 3 heroes here, though, LGD should be able to finally grab a kill on this big bad Centaur. Four heroes, sorry. My apologies. Somnus arrives also. Did he get TP'd in by the Chen? He did. So now tower time?
When I said that he can't die, I didn't mean like 4 members of LGD can't kill him. He doesn't even have boots, and just by placing EMP and Cold Snap on him is gonna be enough, especially if maybe rotates. Okay, so I see him maybe going for Shadow Blade. 2 Invis heroes? Huh.
Silver Edge maybe for the break? I don't know. They've got the Tornado onto the Phoenix as well. That raised a lot of damage from maybe, but they defend the tier 1. Drops to half HP. They bloodlusted up. Now Bounty Rune time. Who gets the bottom ones? Old 11 grabs a couple, so a decent turnaround there for LGD.
Oh man, Ricky is disgusting. He went for 3rd raid band.
With a
this is like,
Bloodstone.
I want to win early game. He was struggling a little bit in the laning stage, and this is just cost-efficient item on Ricky, but it's disgusting.
Treads brace a Wraithband on the Razor. Chen going straight into that mech, as we very often see. No boots, no nothing. Centaur wanting that hood, maybe a pipe straight up after that Vanguard he completed. Do we see what Eurus is going? Not just yet. Well, old 11, little bits of this, little bits of that. Bring a Bassi, Buckler, and probably heading into that Vlad's after he's finished off his phase boots. But for now, LGD kind of sitting back, farming jungle until the Shadow Blade you mentioned from Shadow Fiend arrives. And 11 minutes in, how's net worth looking? CS is always a bit wonky, as it's pretty decently even, right? 1k net worth lead for LGD. The spread of the core net worth is pretty nice outside of kind of Ricky is lurking on that, middle part of the board as they do stampede top, looking for a grab. Chalice, he's going to be dumpstered here by 4 members of ViCi Gaming. Yang sets it all up. At the same time, Ao, is that a solo kill? Void takes out old 11, but now he's been found. But no, the time walk, he gets a bit of distance. Cold Snap still proccing here. Somnus has a couple of raises, but with DY arriving, they cannot chase the Void.
Chen is still not level 6, so there's no global healing coming out from him. About to hit level 5. Mech is finished, has a couple of smokes. The thing about Ricky is, if you don't have enough lockdowns, he's gonna use Blink Strike, he's gonna use Tricks of the Trade, buy some time, maybe even get out by some time so people can react and TP to the tower, but there was no rotation, and this Centaur is causing a lot of issues on the top lane. Look at how low the tier 2 tower is.
Yeah, and he's sucking a lot of attention up here, drawing LGD in as the arena just outside the Roche pit. Requiem from Somnus will be there onto the Razor with a final raise. They do clear up Ori. Dead for 30 seconds. Now, can they turn this into an objective? They're aiming for mid-tier 1 Lacoste, but the pings from ViCi Gaming does signal that, they're going to come in and defend it pretty heavily.
Well, this is how you defend the tower. You just put the Centaur there. Hello, guys. Try to kill me. Vanguard going for Hood next. I think Centaur is going to be one of the most picked heroes in this patch.
Seems pretty bonkers, honestly. DUI under his own tower. Old 11 trying to get a bit of damage on it, but Ogre has become such a powerful tower defender all on his own, especially these kind of safe lane tier 1s. If he dies, who cares? It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of commitment from the opponents to try and dive him, and he just bloodlusts the tower, glyphs it up, protects it very nicely. And glyph plus bloodlust, destruction.
Oh, bloodlust on the
tier
towers
2s,
with multi-shot? Yeah. I love the itemization from Ori this game. Like, 1 extra bracer, 1 raid band, raindrop, magic one. He's just tanking up. He understands that Faceless Void is the ultimate carry in this game. Also, Yang deals a lot of damage, so he goes straight for BKB. They have no real physical damage at the moment. Ricky deals some, Shadowfiend as well, but it's still not that much at the moment.
Shadowfiend clearing through some Ancients. 20 seconds until Requiem's back up, and they've got that Arena of Blood ready as well. So definitely looking for these 2, or including the Chen, 3 heroes with 2 Centaurs to go and make some actions if they swing in towards mid after clearing through that bottom tier 1. Slide through the jungle in towards mid, where FY has pushed out the wave and is setting up, but Yang's there. We've been talking about this for 15 minutes. Yang is this big, beefy boy. You can't really walk through him. You've got to try and slide behind. Look for PYW. Maybe try and aim for Eurus, who's farming jungle camps a little deeper. But I think ViCi Gaming have put themselves in a really nice map position here, with Ori shoving out top, not really threatened by the Riki. And then the rest of them kind of just lurking around bottom to mid.
Ogre's just the bottom lane, Bloodlusting Tower, level 4 Bloodlust. He doesn't care too much about dying, and he can set up the kills.
There's the arena, Tornado EMP from FY. A decent spear onto Yang, but Old 11 is being dumped into the ground, and Eurus arriving means he's gone. Double Edge clears him up, and Riki blinks out, but the Chrono, it does catch. They've got X-Nova trapped inside. Shadow Fiend's on the left with a Pyramid Supernova. Can they click through it? They've got a couple more. Down goes Phoenix. But the rest of LGD have been wiped off the face of the map. Chalice and maybe the only two survivors. And ViCi Gaming, these team fights look so potent.
They didn't even use the Stampede there. Also, they should be able to protect the egg with the Chronosphere. They were just not on point. Right now, ViCi Gaming's team fight is much, much stronger than what LGD has. Once that pipe is finished on a Centaur, it's going to mitigate a lot of damage from Shadow Fiend. They're going to run into damage issues on side of LGD. Riki, the Fuse Blade, is not coming anytime soon.
Oh, it's miles away. They should be able to grab a freebie on the Ogre. But this is fine for ViCi Gaming. You know, prior to that team fight, they had Razor top kind of drawing attention there. LGD thought that, you know, potentially with a bit of a split across the map, they take a 5v4 or 5v3 and get a couple of kills before anything really kicks off properly. But ViCi Gaming very snappy to respond. And again, this bottom tier 2, it is being eyed up by LGD. They've got SF clearing wave a little deeper, and everyone here committing with the catapult. But I don't think ViCi Gaming care too much. They've got 4 heroes farming the map, while LGD are all grouped up together, getting much less efficiency.
They need that Diffusal Blade on Riki.
Centaur just walking into the middle of 5 of them pretty much. And there's the Void. Time walk in with a Stampede forward. Bash off the hit, and Old 11, he's stuck in here. Don't commit in this. LGD, they're trying to fight. Chalice has jumped in. The arena does come out of Old 11. He's going to run out, and he's saved himself for now. But Void, he'll find him on the left-hand side. A bash and a whack, and down he goes. Even with the help of Chalice and X-Nova, they could not make that fight work. And look, okay, you've caught the Ogre. You've EMP'd him. It's a position 5 Ogre. You don't care if he dies. They got the trade they wanted. And ViCi Gaming, they can move out across the map as they see fit. But it looks like they want to keep on fighting. ViCi Gaming holding high ground.
Find a bigger kill. Killing Ogre is not enough. Also, Shadow Fiend TP'd out, which means that they don't have enough damage. This is the Diffusal Blade. Once Riki has it, it's going to be a different story. But until then, I don't think LGD can win a 5-on-5 engagement.
Centaur, an absolute beast. Philosopher's Stone. Oh, give that to your Ogre. He'll love that. Imp Claw for Shadow Fiend. He's pretty happy with the Ring of Aquila, apparently. Imp Claw towards Riki, I guess.
Riki has Faded Brooch at the moment. The move speed is good, but I would prefer to have that Imp Claw.
For sure. Who's that
I think
tornado?
just swap things around, give the Ring of Aquila to Riki, maybe, and give Imp Claw to Shadow Fiend.
We'll see what they get up to. Mars right now does have a hood. Not going to go full pipe. It seems he wants Blink Dagger into BKB. Into Halberd. Not BKB. Halberd's going to be very good against that Faceless Void. Disarming inside the Chrono. Very good against the Razor, of course, as well. And speaking of Razor, we've not really seen too much from Ori. He's been very quietly farming BKB. But Lacoste, is it now his time to shine?
Right now, he's untouchable. 10-second BKB, about to hit level 15. I'm wondering which down he's gonna choose. It's taking a little bit of time for him.
ViCi
Getting extra strength just gives you that tankiness.
Oh, they see maybe jump Chrono, and this is it. Maybe absolutely annihilated. Not a chance in the world. And this is where ViCi Gaming seem much stronger than LGD. They get a kill off their team fight, and they push tower. Backdoor regen is kicking in a little bit, but they've caught the Invoker as a bonus kill. Cherry on the top of the ice cream sundae, and ViCi Gaming 12-6, now starting to build up a bit of a net worth lead. 1K should turn into 2, and they might be able to snowball into a bit more if they can convert this movement into maybe a top tier 2, or even Roshan is open for them now.
Don't think they want to go into Roche Pit at the moment, since there's no Chronosphere, so they don't want to risk anything at the moment. Ricky needs, I said it a couple of times, Ricky needs this diffusal blade, otherwise they can't fight.
How far is it? 100? Yes, okay, so 100 gold away. I kept seeing the second blade of, or the third blade of Alacrity because of the Manta Q, and I was like, oh god, is it really that far? But no, he basically has it at 20 minutes.
Wait, no one's picking up Philosopher's Stone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, seems like gold is bad. My bad.
70 GPM? Nah, forget about it. Ogre with his plus 100 cast range talent, long old Fire Blast. Oh, doesn't quite get out of the arena. EMP, but the two-man stomp, the blink in from Yang's good. The Tornado's decent, but Ori's BKB. He wants to be able to chase down someone and stick onto a target, but Somnus is disengaged. And ViCi Gaming, they lose Ogre and get nothing for it. Void will time walk back. That troll trap a little bit annoying for him. Chalice making chase. PYW still here with a Supernova. He pops a tome and he's got level 2 ulti now on this Phoenix. But they don't really have a great way to set up a fight with no Chrono. And Centaur being a little tentative, but he's got Blink Stun. And he'll jump onto 3. The dive forward. Tornado decent. Disengage. And maybe with the BKB will turn to fight. The Fear of the Centaur and raises connect. Beautiful stuff onto Yang, but he's so tanky. They need a little bit more. He's surviving. Yang, he gets out of the fight. No way. Chalice is going to drop now to the Stun Ray. He's burnt down and maybe bashed into the ground. Eurus clears him up and LGD destroyed by ViCi Gaming.
This is the problem that I've been saying. They have no damage. They can go in, and they went for a Centaur, which is the tankiest hero that ViCi Gaming wants to sacrifice. They didn't even pop the hood in that engagement, so that's going to be a free Roche for them. And that was a fight without the Chronosphere.
Yeah, that was fight without Chrono, because they killed off that Shadow Fiend, who has to reset his stacks of Necromastery one more time. What's the way out of this rut for LGD? That's, you know, 2 or 3 pickoffs, 2 or 3 team fights in a row the past 5-6 minutes where they have been crushed, absolutely curb stomped by ViCi Gaming, and I just don't see it stopping anytime soon. This Razor BKB timing, this Void who now has Chrono back up again, Supernova in 35 seconds, Stampede same cooldown. ViCi Gaming just pressing all the buttons.
LGD also lacking catch. If they use Tornado at the start of a fight, they have nothing. Like, they need to land a spear, which is pretty hard if they're fighting where there's no trees around.
The smoke from ViCi Gaming. Oh, I think they know. FY, the dust is there. They'll catch out the Invoker. It's not even just 2 invisible heroes with a Shadow Blade. There's 3, right? With a Ghost Walk as well, yeah.
I forgot about that one.
So did I. Oh, Ori walks past maybe there. I guess they just want this tier 1 tower. They don't necessarily want to fight.
We're gonna have to buy dust.
It's super
to get
valuable.
Extra gold. Yeah, right now I don't think LGD can contest a full 5-on-5 with Chronosphere and the level 2 egg.
And Aegis on Void as well. BKB Void, 10-second duration. Off to a pretty good roll here, ViCi. Tier 1 into Tier 2. Down bottom lane, they're trying to cut this map in half. Clear out that mid-wave, push LGD back into their base. But it's nice to see, you know, LGD on the other side of the map at least getting a little bit of farm on a couple of their core heroes.
They're gonna go for high ground. Centaur's building the stacks on Retaliate. Come on, guys, don't make me look stupid.
They went high ground, just not base high ground. They went to triangle high ground. Now they're looking towards mid, potentially. Oh, they're hunting again. The Courier. Bye-bye, Observer Ward. Stampede onto X-Nova to catch him with a bash. And X-Nova forced to mech himself. A decent Mars ulti, though. Centaur, Ogre, both trapped inside. Ricky Pops the trick to the trade, and Void, with a two-man chrono, should be able to catch a couple here with a good static link, but maybe. Requiem, he's stunned, he doesn't get his ulti off, oh, or maybe he's gone. Does have buyback, but what's the point?
Wow, that sentry caught him. He didn't pop a BKB, otherwise he would get out of the invis.
Centaur's unkillable, man. Yang is just waltzing around. He's dancing with his opponents, toying with them. And LGD might just be calling it soon, you know. High ground, you were right. They will break it now with a tier 3 in their sights. ViCi Gaming want to close this one out. They don't have big ultis. Aegis of the Immortal is another 2 minutes in the pockets of Eurus here. But they are trying to kind of bait back and retreat to this high ground where they can maybe make a fight happen with a Stampede Supernova.
They're very low on mana, so I guess they want to reset a little bit. Phoenix provides pretty much infinite healing with Spirit Vessel and Sunray, but they need to bring some clarities. No one has mana boots at the moment. Ogre's building one, yeah, they definitely need it. Man, Razor is so tanky. SNY, Bracer, Magic had Pupil's Gift, now swaps it for Mindbreaker.
1.5 second silence. That's pretty good. And no matter who you get that on. Mess up
And
with
check Chalice. He's going for Deso on Ricky. He understands that they have no damage. Nice dodge.
Very good. Gets away from the dust and everything. And a very nice EMP from FY with that deafening blast. And DY just dusting again. Where is he? Where's Ricky? He's got a gem queued up as well. But here's the full pipe for Yang. Crimson Guard already done, as we've seen. Ori, SNY, BKB, Blink, Stomp, onto the who? Where? How? Invoker obliterated by the Void and the Centaur in a matter of just a second.
Chronosphere is ready in 30 seconds. Aegis gone in 20.
Maybe still shoving out that bottom lane. Does get the creep wave up onto tier 3, but they've lost a Rax, a lane fully gone top. And ViCi Gaming transition into mid, maybe has to come back. They need to make a play, something or anything. Aegis, it can't be far away. 3 seconds until Aegis is gone, but Mark's made that play alone. He has buyback and they've jumped in, killed the Phoenix now. The buyback from Old 11 will come out. But Chalice is kind of stuck here. No reveal. Nothing to see him. The Sentinel stomps and the Hellbear claps with the Chrono onto 3. They catch the BKB SF. The Mars ulti will come down, but down goes Chalice. Ori with his own BKB, and they bash into Somnus. Clear through the Shadow Fiend. Does he have buyback? The full staff away. The heal from the hand of God, but he's gone. Dead. 50 seconds. And ViCi Gaming, they've got this one in the bag. Chen wandering home. Tail between his legs. Sad, sad state of affairs here in game 1. But ViCi Gaming looking very strong.
Drop those G's.
There it is.
Shadowfiend understands that he can't do anything with the buyback. Probably the worst hero in the game to buyback with, since you lose the assault, especially if you decide to go for like these damage, heavy right-click build. I'm not sure if that was the issue here. Maybe it was he got caught a couple of times, and that previous fight, maybe it would be different if he popped the BKB and got the good Requiem on these two heroes.
Paparazzi unkilled. Yang, only 1 death to his name. Phoenix 2-2-11. Like, you know, ViCi Gaming just had such a beautiful game there, not giving anything away and make like every, you know, you talked about it, that their team fights, long cooldowns, they have to rely on them and they have to be executed perfectly to make sure that they get every advantage. And what did they do? What did they do, Lacoste?
They do exactly that. Also, they shut down Ricky. This is one of the reasons, if not the core reason, why they lost. We could see that 2 fights at the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, they had no damage because the Fusel Blade on Ricky was delayed. Man, Centaur's one of the best heroes in the game right now, and I don't think both of these teams are gonna let it slip. So definitely hero to ban out in the first phase.
Yeah, I'm just looking at player net worth. Maybe was, you know, racing ahead of everybody for quite some time. But it didn't feel like, you know, the Shadow Blade, it didn't feel like his net worth really did anything. You compare him to the Razor, where, you know, Razor died once in a solo matchup, really spent the first 10, 12 minutes farming towards BKB, but when he got BKB, it felt like that's when the game ended, or at least began to end for LGD Gaming. They grouped up ViCi, they moved forward, they played aggressively, and Shadowfiend, with the third invis of the game, was just caught by Dust and Sentries and didn't offer much.
Or he did his job. Like, he didn't do anything flashy. He was just farming, buying his items. He understands that once he gets that BKB, they have nothing to counter it.
Absolutely, and of course with Bloodlust, Razor, and Faceless Void, tons of damage coming out of those two core heroes, the Angie heroes, as Game 1 goes the way of ViCi Gaming, 24-10 in 27 minutes. We'll shift into Game 2, get into the lobby, and get prepared for the rest of this best of 3. See you in a little bit.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dagger, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under beach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna wanna see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG.Bet.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we have game 2 of this series between PSG.LGD and ViCi Gaming. As you can see, ViCi Gaming took game 1 in its best of 3. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste. We've already got a few bans out, and there's a couple of spirits missing.
This is what I noticed. 3 still in the pool. Last game, ViCi Gaming banned all 4. We don't mention Vengeful Spirit as a spirit. Let's see, Nature's Prophet opener. Like man, this is why I love Chinese Dota. You don't know what they're gonna prioritize in the first phase, and it's just beautiful to watch, man. LGD was in a slump for a really long time. They didn't qualify for any of the majors, and I'm glad they're back. I just want to see them play.
Absolutely. Nature's Prophet first pick up for them. Okay. This could go in a number of ways. I think, did we see Chalice play at POS 1 in one of their games the other day?
I want to see Witch Doctor.
Why?
This is the hero against Nature's Prophet, and this hero received a lot of the buffs. I was a bit skeptical in the previous patch, but some players made it work. And now I became a big fan once again. It's one of those heroes that is kind of forgotten. You don't think he's good enough to be in competitive play. And then you see a couple of games of him, and you notice how good he is, and see the full potential what he can do. Like, that hero is good at any stage of the game.
Yeah, jump into fights, especially with, just a little bit of farm. Treads, drums. I think Chalice had, Orchid, Desolated, Treads, drums, going around, split pushing, destroying towers, but then also joining team fights, kind of similar to what Chen was offering in that last game. Just with a little more consistency and from a core position, doing it themselves. Bans out Puck Mars, Timbersaw, Batrider, Void Spirit, Brewmaster, Centaur, Phoenix. Now ViCi Gaming, they've got to try and respond to this. What's their opener going to be here? They're picking up their offlaners first, but Lich will start things off. There's no Centaur, no Timber. So looking towards that Yang hero, what options have they got? Pangolier, something they've picked up in the past, alongside a Lich.
It's very hard to predict what they're gonna go for. Lich is okay. In general, as an opener, Frost
Legion?
Shield is amazing against Nature's Prophet and Treants. They could go.
Yeah, Legion not
I
too
think you
bad
want-
against Prophet.
I think you want to have mobile heroes that you can catch Prophet, but you don't want to overdo it. That's a good call with the Pangolier. You want to have heroes who can move around the map and threaten to kill on Nature's Prophet, whether it's a core or a support one.
And get out of Sprout with, innate abilities, right? Swashbuckle out of Sprout, and you got no problems whatsoever. I do like that maneuverability, like you're saying, to kind of catch people now. LGD, they get themselves some more long-range reach. Earth Spirit, potentially here mid for maybe, as you've been mentioning, as that level 10 talent, what is it, 60? 65 damage?
65.
Oh, spicy.
I see what they're going for. They're Radiant. They picked 2 green heroes. I could see Pagna, Viper, +1 coming out, maybe Medusa. Also, Death Prophet is one of the heroes that is highly contested in China. Once again, it was super popular in Europe as well, but it was always a China pick.
Yeah, like you think back to what TI4, Death Prophet just spam picked every game. What about Necro? Necro's another green. I had to bring up my hero list. The green heroes. Yeah, Necro. Venomancer's kind of yellowy green, I guess. They've got some options. Phantom Lancer gone.
What do you think about the changes for the draft now that we have 4-1-1?
5 seconds remaining.
I think it's much harder to draft right now. You have only one ban, so we're going to see more cheesy picks.
Yeah, not being able to... Yeah, it felt like very algorithmic previously, right? Where you had this pool of 10 heroes or something you ban first phase, and then you wait to see where the kind of transition of the draft heads towards. And if you've got tanky heroes, you get rid of Timbersaw and Lifestealer, and you want to get rid of both of them. But now you can't do that, so you have to kind of preemptively think about it in that first phase before you start picking up.
A lot of these heroes who are picked in the second picking phase are not going to get countered. This is my issue.
It's like your Huskars, your Meepos, and these kind of cheesier picks can come out second stage instead of being a 10th pick, right? Brood Mother, maybe.
You might have 2 cheesy picks. 2 heroes who are hard to counter.
And you can whack out one of them at any stage. So ViCi here. I think it's Pango for Yang. Pretty sure that's where it's heading. Could swing into the hands of PYW, but a DUI Lich. LGD with a Chalice or FY Nature's Prophet, Somnus, or it could be X Nova Earth Spirit as well. All these heroes pretty flexible, and now Bristleback again. These tanky strength heroes I was just mentioning. Timbersaw is banned. Lifestealer could be grabbed up, but I don't think it's that good against Bristleback anyway. Maybe you think about a Razor or something. How do you deal with Bristleback nowadays, Lacoste?
OD is still in the pool. They have no good heroes against him. Pangolier can close the gap, but I don't think he minds that much. This is my hero to go to against these tanky cores. I don't think they're going to pick him straight away, but they're probably thinking about it. Any kind of mana burn is great against the Bristle, so Slark is an option. They have no good heroes against the Slark at the moment.
Slark. It's been a while since I've seen that little fishy boy. It would force their hand a little bit here to move the Prophet into a 4 or 5 position, though.
Everything's still open. It can be positioned 4, 5, mid Earth Spirit. Nature's Prophet can pretty much fit into any single role.
Okay. Just had a couple of overlay updates. I think we're all set now. Beautiful. I can focus on the draft and not production. Oh, yeah. Right. LGD taking their sweet-ass time. Taking down. It's definitely that consideration of, can you play this here? Players moving around positions. They've got a lot of catch. They've got a lot of reach. A decent amount of right-click, but no...
How do you know what they're talking about, Garrett? Maybe they're just talking, oh, Jesus, fish that I just ate, man, is destroying my stomach. Maybe we'll have to pause. Like, how do you know?
Because they have the mental fortitude to block out all physical elements are gone. Oh, green hero! Green hero! Are they actually doing it, Lacoste? Are they go? Oh, I mean, Necro isn't bad against Bristleback, hey? Necro's pretty good against Bristle, pretty good against Pango. I'd love to see it. But an FY Wind Ranger potentially gives them, you know, some kind of roaming potential, even more ability to gap close with Wind Run, stuns, reach with Earth Spirit and Nature's Prophet. Of course, Sprout, Shackle Shot, a great combination there. ViCi Gaming pretty fast on that Ember Spirit pick. Not too bothered by LGD's draft so far.
Wind Ranger in hands of FY was amazing. I saw it 2 times already. He rushed MKB. He had, I think, 17 or 18-minute MKB on that hero. Let's see if it's green. It's gonna be green OD, as I suggested.
Very good. Great against Bristleback.
One more.
Great against Ember.
What do they need?
Right, so how do we do this? OD mid for maybe. Wind Ranger for FY pos 4. Nature's Prophet 5 for X Nova. No, it has to be X Nova Earth Spirit, right? Oh. X Nova Earth Spirit, then Nature's Prophet is Chalice or Old 11.
5 seconds remaining.
That's where it starts.
It's definitely Wind Ranger position 4, mid OD. So I think they're gonna shift Earth Spirit towards position 5. That's my 2 cents about this.
Okie dokie. They do ban the Lifestealer in the end.
What a clowns. They don't think it's gonna be a green hero.
I mean, ViCi Gaming, they, apart from the Lich, they've got red heroes, right? Radiant side green, Dire side red, except Lich.
10 seconds remaining.
Get Viper. He breaks Bristleback. He's green. Is
Hell
there
yeah.
anything else? I mean, Necro, Pugna.
Any of these seem pretty good, honestly. I do like that Viper suggestion, though. And how would that work? Viper position 1. So give Chalice Viper, give Nature's Prophet to Old 11, then you've got 5 Earth Spirit, 4 Wind Ranger, and 2 OD in the hands of maybe.
It could also be safe lane Earth Spirit as a carry. Instead of going for mid, they can all Huskar ban. Let's see. I'm just hoping for a green one.
Give us green. What have you got for us, LGD? They have very little tower push outside of Nature's Prophet. Their team fights seem kind of awkward. It's very single target focus.
10 seconds remaining.
ViCi Gaming, they've got disengage from Ember Spirit, Pangolier, Bristleback's pretty tanky. If ViCi Gaming get like 1 Force Staff, I think they're pretty good this game, to be honest with you.
Earth Spirit has good catch. Wind Ranger pretty mobile. OD can reach with either a Force Staff or a Blink.
ViCi lacking a little bit in the stuns department. Ember Spirit's got pretty good ability to gap close and catch people. I guess you can do that with Pangolier, and then Frost Shield helps them out.
No. Everything's ruined. I'm out, Gary. See ya.
Yeah, bye. That should have been ViCi Gaming's pick. They should have had Legion Commander, like I said earlier on in the draft, and LGD steal it from them.
Legion Commander is great against Bristleback. He can turn him around. It's a great save to remove anything from this Pangolier. Like removing Disarm on OD is going to be pretty big. So let's see what they're going to do. FY on Wind Ranger, X-Noah Earth Spirit, maybe on mid. Chalice Nature's Prophet, as you said, and there's going to be 11 on Legion Commander. And Legion Commander will deal well with this silence from that Prophet. Huh. I'm just thinking about the drafts.
They're beautiful, right? Like a bit weird, but a bit beautiful. It's like modern art.
To be honest, I'm not sure who I favored here.
Do you have a hero in this game that you think is going to shine? Or is there a player that you want to stand up?
I'm pretty convinced by FY's Wind Ranger, and he just knows hero completely. They can also shot people from very far away. There's a great synergy between Nature's Prophet TPing around, Sprout into Shackle, or Earth Spirit just landing a roll. on top of power shot. Same goes for OD. OD can set things up. There's going to be a lot of rotations pre-level 6 on mid, I think.
Yeah, vision seems pretty key as well for LGD to actually get these catches onto heroes. But as we move into the game, we do have a quick video as MVP by Mercedes yet again here for an ESL event. And we're back. Here we go. Game 2 in this best of 3. ViCi Gaming 1-0 up against LGD. As we've got X-Nova on that Earth Spirit, Somnus, or maybe playing the Outworld Devourer. Old 11 top on the Legion Commander with FY's Wind Ranger, and Chalice sitting back in Fountain waiting to get another couple of Treant casts out, as he already has popped them. And Scouts. Yang on the Bristleback bottom for now. Eurus going to be heading bottom towards the bounty runes as they think about maybe lane swapping, but Ori will sit mid. And of course, PYW and DY actually going to be here on the Pango and the Lich. So it is that pos for Pango.
What build did Chalice go for? Orchid?
Drums,
Shadowblade?
Drums, Treads, Deso, Orchid. I'm not sure which order it was in. I think he got the Orchid first, but it was Treads, Drums, and then into a bit of lockdown, a bit of tower damage.
Yeah, I think Orchid is a must-have this game against Pangolier, Ember Spirit, even Death Prophet. Okay, I'm just gonna watch Wind Ranger by FY. This is his usual starter item build, headdress, 1 mango, 3 tangos. This hero pretty hard to harass. Also, I think we're gonna see more of position for Wind Ranger. And then he goes for MKB, straight into MKB, with boots, of course.
Get that MKB going, get that damage flowing. Does get scouted out by that early Dire Observer Ward. Bristleback, Yang is top alone. All 11 and FY going to be here. Looking for a courier snipe or something. Won't be able to find it. Somnus, straight away with the Astral Imprisonment. Start messing around with Ori a little bit, but I think bottom lane, do you reckon that's where the action's going to be? X-Nova Chalice down here, but Eurus, DY, and PYW, they've set up a potential move, but X-Nova, pretty tanky, will drop to half HP. That's a good amount of harass already.
I don't think they're going to do much against Nature's Prophet and Earth, where they can also rotate Y on the lane.
X-Nova
and
force
leave Commander alone.
Yeah, they could definitely do that. Make the tri-lane full and complete bottom, a 6-man lane. So DY got the sentry down to block the camp. That's what he was moving over there to do, and X-Nova not quite able to keep that camp open for themselves. Eurus is taking a bit of a punishing here, though. All these Treants really messing up with him. It's PYW. Does lose out his courier there. FY. Gonna grab it up. X-Nova. Oh, that Frost Blast. And first blood for DY. Lich takes it.
Ember Spirit is gonna get harassed a lot in this lane here against the Blightstone and some Treants. So they're gonna have Pango top lane. Like, either you just TP with the Wind Ranger, or you stay top. He also bought the Sentry Ward for himself, devoted this camp, so he can pull it back, because Legion Commander is putting a lot of pressure on Bristle. Bristle only 2 CS.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, PYW brought his courier top. I don't know what it was delivering, but they were preparing for the TP already. But FY gets a D-Ward and a courier kill up top lane, so pretty good start for this Wind Ranger, almost boots ready. And Yang taking a decent chunk of damage. Does have a salve to fall back on. 3 mangoes to keep regenning up. As DY also gets a good D-Ward down bottom. Mucking around with X-Nova as he tries to pull, stack, roll. Doesn't connect. Eurus will take a couple of clicks from Chalice here, though. All of these, both of these side lanes really on a knife's edge. I feel like anyone could die at any moment. While mid lane,
I feel like you're going to miss a kill no matter what.
Shut up.
Don't be an ass.
Gary, I've been working with you for the last 3 years. Thank God I'm controlling my own camera. You know, otherwise I wouldn't see too much out of Dota.
I'm just gonna go and put my camera over the roast pit now. I'm gonna protest. I'm not moving it anymore. Where's Pimp Uncle? JJ, save me. No, we'll be fine. Mid lane farm trade? Not really. OD coming out on top thanks to the Astrals. But do you think there's kill threat here from either of them?
Definitely. If he puts him under Astral, there is a lot of kill potential. Earth Spirit already lurking around. I thought that we're going to see more rotation, and here it comes. And maybe not.
Oh, now? Maybe now? Ooh.
Now.
Maybe. Ah, that's where we missed the kill. We're watching mid, and it happens top. You knew it was going to happen, but you didn't help me, Lacoste.
I knew what was going to happen mid.
Yeah, they're trying to go mid. They do have a Spirit Siphon. Pango here lurking on the sidelines, and X-Nova gets spotted out by DY. So Eurus gets a bit of free time bottom to continue farming, but Chalice, of course, TP scroll home, teleportation back to lane, gets that efficiency going. Mid lane, Astral. They've got a roll ready. X-Nova trying to line it up. He's thinking about going, but he's just going to D-ward. That's fair enough, but look at that. Swashbuckle in onto the OD, the roll connecting onto the Pangolier, and X-Nova looking for the kick back up to the high ground. He gets it, but it's not good enough to allow maybe to take that kill. Yet another D-ward. Both of these teams really on the mark with D-wards this game. That's like the third or fourth Observer ward that's been picked off.
How's our boy Bristol doing? He is... okay, 16 CS farming. He's not that easy to kill, but 11 getting the levels. Also going for armlet first item. Alrighty. I mean, you have to adjust. In this kind of scenario, there's no real damage, so you can always pretty much toggle that, and it gives him regen and armor in the laning stage, which is great against the Bristleback.
It sure is. We know how spectacular... Oh, Eurus. Kicked onto that tower. He might actually be dying. The Blightstone, the Sprout, Eurus cuts through it. Bottle charges ready. He will just about scrape away with his life. I do see the fake pump of the TP from the Prophet, but it won't come to anything as mid lane. FY moves in towards Ori. Yet another Spirit Siphon as a Swashbuckle barely scrapes the backside of the Wind Ranger. No kills, but going toe-to-toe there, the mid laners. But yeah, we know how spectacular Old 11 can be from these off-lane positions. When he's given a good start, he's hyper-aggressive. With an armlet, you can really, really get things done.
Yeah, when you say hyper-aggressive, he has tended to throw some of the games that are already won. This is why he is one of my favorite players to watch. You never know what's gonna happen with him.
Down bottom. Frost Shield on DY, maybe able to get them a kill on X-Nova here, but the Shackle shot stops Eurus in his tracks, and the Sprout to block him back. He cannot get away from this, but he gets a kill at the very least. One more touch from FY. Oh, Siren Chain's not going to get him away. Chalice claims the kill. LGD get a good trade down on the bottom lane at least, as BYW kills off FY's Courier.
Nature's Prophet is level 6. He can TP with TP scroll and then make a rotation. With that global presence from ulti, they could easily score a kill.
They're going top.
Let's see, top lane.
Shackle shot. That level 1. It's a long duration still, and look at that nuke damage. Power shot into Overwhelming Odds, which is level 3 now. Massive damage into Yang, and DY really couldn't save his safe laner there, really. Eurus playing in his bottom lane.
Check the mid lane, Gary.
What's
Click
happening,
on
buddy?
OD. Watch his cosmetics. 2 rings. Is he cosplaying Sauron, Lord of the Rings? What the fuck, man?
Oh, I mean, what? Force staff, meteor hammer. Come on, let's have a meme hammer. I mean, they're so.
I mean,
cheap.
you're not wrong. They lack tower damage.
I mean, I've seen a lot of content creators, Bowie and Jenkins, talking about Ring of Tarask, Rings of Regen, because if you think about, I've seen them talk about one of them, buying one of them just as like a Tango replacement kind of thing or a regen thing, because you're spending 225 gold and you get half of that back, and the amount of regen you get in like an 8 or 9 minute laning phase is well worth it just buying and selling the Ring of Regen. But yeah, 2 of them?
I mean, can't argue with Jenkins, man. He has some nice points. Man, I miss Jenkins. The last time I saw him was during King's Cup.
Oh, I've been
underrated as a talent.
I've been playing D&D with him every week, or maybe even sometimes twice a week. I
guess
can't
that's
get
why
enough.
you don't miss him.
I know, I do still miss him. I can't get enough of him. He's a wonderful human being. He's a funny lad as well. As Somnus trying to line up an Astral and a roll into Ori as X-Nova swims through the river, drifting on by that mid lane. Bristleback farming jungle, not feeling safe top, and DY left to defend the tower on his own. TP from Prophet.
Playing Winter Wyvern on the top lane.
Coming in
onto
onto Yang.
Usually stands.
They've got a Sprout, the power shot, not quite enough damage to bring down the Bristleback, but they force him out of jungle, and they force a salve, while also taking down some of his stacks.
They need to play around old 11. He is level 7 with that armor, ton of damage, and do easily snowball in this game. There's the Shackle, where's the duel?
It's coming. Even with that Frost Shield up, they'll rip the Lich to shreds. Bristleback, he doesn't really stand a chance in hell here, does he? He's trying to get some cool sprays out, but Eurus is TP'd in. He's hasted up from that bottle, silenced for now. FY has another Shackle shot, but he's changed up and cleared by Eurus. Great little pick off there. And with PYW arriving, a quick press the attack into TP will get old 11 out of danger, and Ori's rotation will come to nothing.
And once again, on the bottom lane, Prophet continues to farm. This is the power of their lineup. They can easily engage with just setting things up with Astral or Earth Spirit rolling in on someone with the follow-up TP from Nature's Prophet. These heroes are very mobile. Also, the long-range initiation plus long-range damage coming out from Wind Ranger.
PYW sends X-Nova packing. Get out of my jungle. Holding on to that outpost. Oh, but for how long? 10 seconds until 10 minutes. And X-Nova with no stun here from PYW. This looks like it belongs to the Radiant. Is he going to just TP out? He's going to try and silence. He doesn't want to TP out. He wants to fight. Look at that. Shackle shot connecting. Just a bit more damage. The roll, perfect. Beautiful stuff. X-Nova just kept that going. PYW really didn't know what was happening. I didn't either.
He even pressed the attack on X-Nova to keep him alive. But Nature's Prophet died on the bottom lane. Who killed him? DY?
DY and Yang, yeah, the Bristle and the Lich pairing up together. Here comes Exorcism from Ori onto Old 11 with the help of Eurus, body blocking, Flame Guard going. Old 11, armor toggling, press the attack. No, not quite good enough, but we see that kind of flash of brilliance from Old 11 where he could potentially have kept himself alive just a little bit longer.
OD going for Aghanim Scepter. There's going to be another initiation.
Oh, nice attempt on the Shackle shot. FY tried to time the end of that Astral with a Shackle shot, but with this focus fire, yeah, say goodnight. PYW sent to bed. Somnus destroys him with that Sanity's Eclipse.
That's a free tower. I mean, they used Exorcism. They didn't get any towers. ViCi Gaming in a really bad spot right now. A lot of these heroes forced to farm the jungle. Bristleback is not having a game.
He really isn't. Yang getting destroyed. This Legion Commander looking incredibly potent right now. Picks up a trusty shovel. Gets a free salve off the back of it. But we know how well ViCi Gaming can kind of reset the game, farm up some of their cores, and come back into it. But if LGD can keep their foot down on the pedal and just keep jumping onto heroes over and over again, PYW and DY, they're both going to get just annihilated here. Look, the Magnetize gets popped back onto the two of them in the back. PYW killed off by the Astral. Eurus doesn't have the backup here to really continue on fighting. And while this is all happening, Old 11's farming bot, Chalice farming top, and these three heroes, two supports plus the mid laner from LGD, doing so much work.
They're just going together, getting the kills. Old 11, easily snowballing. This is a 4-core lineup. Once again, good duel, but the kick.
Weird kick, yeah, and the Chain Frost is good from DY. Old 11, he does manage to bring down Yang, but he loses life in exchange. Now a Remnant forward, Eurus catches onto the OD, maybe. Left high and dry by the rest of his squad, and ViCi Gaming strike back. They want more, any bonus kills they can get. Oh, Eurus, he's going in deep for this one. Remnant, Chain's ready. Has a sleight of fist, and with a swashbuckle there, FY tries the TP. Sinister Gaze is on cooldown, but the Frost Blast isn't. Level 2 in that gets DY a kill, and 3 in a row. Lining up all their little duckies and picking them off one by one.
They lost 3 heroes because of that kick. They would have gotten the duel. They were not to help him out. Also, they needed to climb uphill to actually attack him. He also did not get the damage from them. Very weird from Xnova.
It was very odd. Ori walking into the midst of things, but he's got teammates behind him, and Exorcism going. Should be commitment here from ViCi Gaming towards this tier 1. PYW just sticking it to the man. Chalice, Old 11, and maybe 3 cores defending a tower bottom, and this might be, you know, ViCi Gaming.
They will defend the tower.
Yeah, they are. They're just ViCi have to retreat, and now they've got a duel onto the DP. Swashbuckle back, trying to get the disarm. The duel won't be won. Ori stays alive, but not for long enough. It will be a trade, 1 for 2. Xnova falls and a roll through. Maybe gets an Astral back in with Chalice still lurking. They've only got the Pango Lich here. So Eurus, he's going to have to Remnant out. Chalice, oh god, look at that damage! OD's going to fall as well. PYW, he's got him done. FY now left alone under the tier 1, and Eurus diving with Yang coming in to help. It's a 5-man wipe! ViCi Gaming looked like they had to run away, but they stood strong, and they will clear through LGD completely, and Eurus is now dominating.
Eurus doing whatever he wants in this fight. Uncontested. Once again, they try to go for a DP, but she got the Spirit Siphons off before, and it took them a really long time to kill it.
It is 30 bonus damage on this Legion Commander now, but the strength of that team fight from ViCi Gaming, I didn't expect it.
Exorcism was running out. It was also fight for Lich did not use ulti. They need to regain map control. Lich with the 3 observer boards just placed 2.
Getting that vision going. Xnova nearing the urn. FY has a javelin, so kill potential from Wind Ranger +1 most certainly there.
LGD just needs to slow down a little bit. Legion Commander still 1,000 gold away from Blink. Wind Ranger will become a core. OD getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter and another item on Nation's Prophet. So they need 2-3 minutes to finish these next set of items for themselves.
Ooh, Grove Bow for the Outworld Devourer. Beautiful neutral item to pick up, and only 400 gold away to the Aghanim Scepter now for Somnus. You were mentioning the Legion's Blink. Chalice has Shadowblade in a sec. Vambrace for Eurus. And what's the DP sitting on? Arcane Ring, Vampire Fangs now coming out for Ori's Death Prophet. Eurus has a full Maelstrom with a Ring of Aqua. So Ring of Aqua goes into the hands of Ember Spirit. So I guess they give the the Vambrace over towards Yang. But Yang, dueled up, found by the Legion Commander, and in comes the Cavalry, TP and roll, the long-range reach we were mentioning before, and they do bring down Yang. He thought he was safe, but suddenly, out of nowhere, 3 heroes pop out of the trees.
This is the power of their lineup. This is how they play. 11 gets the last hit on the hero, which is very important to get himself closer to that Blink Dagger. Then they can have these 2 heroes, Legion and Nation's Prophet, playing together. Wind Ranger also becoming a core. Just needs a Demon Edge to finish the MKB.
It's just a Demon Edge. Nothing serious. 100 off Blink now, Legion. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of chain smokes coming out from LGD. Don't see any on couriers. They've got lots of neutral items coming out to them, though. Right now, they seem pretty happy to make base camp up in the top part of the map, take the outpost, get into that tier 2 top, which is already half HP, and cut through the jungle in towards mid and control Roshan. That area, the most important on the map for them in the coming 5 or so minutes.
If ViCi Gaming gets a good fight near the Roche pit, they're just gonna pop DP ulti, or if they pop it straight away to win a fight, go into the Roche pit and secure the Aegis for themselves.
Yang. Vanguard into Halberd. Brings the outpost back to his side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And a classic Ori fashion, BKB very early Q for that Death Prophet. I guess Eurus, yeah, all Eurus also doing the same thing. Maelstrom into BKB. ViCi Gaming love that BKB timing. Kind of 20 to 25 minutes and really slap around their opponents with that 1 or 2 big team fights. OD and Nature's Prophet doing a very similar thing though. 2 cores looking for 2 BKBs. Well, Legion Commander wants an armlet, a blade mail on top of the armlet.
M-Claw on Legion Commander. That's a lot of damage with that armlet. I want to see a smoke gank. Is there anyone? Yeah, there it is. X-Nova bringing a smoke, OD with double damage, and Legion Commander, they need to get a pick off. Right now, they seem much stronger, especially if they can get a jump on this DP. There's no real save.
And once they use Astral, DP feels safe, but it's really not. That DP gone, destroyed, but the follow through from ViCi Gaming doesn't look too bad. The problem is the disengage from LGD was perfect. They get the kill, they split up. And don't get caught by that Chain Frost. With the Shackle Shot just about connecting with PYW, the Legion and the Power Shot will destroy him, and an Astral for a bonus, +1 kill. Yang's tanky with the Frost Shield up. DY turns with a Sinister Gaze onto X-Nova, but the cores in onto the Bristleback, not really doing quite enough. With the Silence Eclipse, Yang still stands strong apparently. FY's snipe with a Power Shot not connecting. And a 3-0 victory there for LGD.
This is the problem. That Prophet was staying a bit too close to the enemy tier 1 tower. There's no real save. Like, you don't have a Shadow Demon, you don't have Oracle behind you, there's nothing. So if they get a good jump, DP is gonna die.
It's just that like false sense of security. You see maybe use an Astral or 2 and then you go, oh, okay, I'm fine, I can move forward a little bit. But the smoked up Blink Legion with the duel completely catching them off guard, and Old 11's looking for another duel, but DY sidesteps, falls back, Remnant in, here's a catch onto Legion. Shackle Shot will hold Eurus back, but they take down an Old 11 hero, and FY, he's done a bit of save your buddy syndrome here, I think. It's a freebie for ViCi.
And now they're gonna go into Roche Pit. They have DP ulti, they killed 1 core and another position 4. Let's see if they decide to go into the Roche Pit. They don't. They still holding that Prophet ulti. Yeah, the pressure on the tower from Nature's Prophet is a bit too much.
Yeah, Treads drums, Shadow Blade to escape. Just that Blightstone enough to find them, but there's a good Dire Observer Ward up on the high ground to try and scout out Chalice whenever he does make these moves. There's a tier 1 mid gathered up by ViCi Gaming, connecting onto Bristle with the roll, and now the Astral. Do they have the heroes they need? With Legion coming in hot, TPing to the tier 2, they've got a jump with a duel ready. They should be able to catch the Bristleback here, and the catch into the backlines means there's no follow through from ViCi Gaming. This Exorcism will come to nothing. Eurus is making the long walk into mid, and X-Nova, Chain Frost bouncing onto the creep. Sad story for him. ViCi Gaming will have to fall back, and Roshan wasn't on the cards for them, even after that good team fight victory.
Big win for LGD once again. They killed the Bristleback, only lose position 5, and most importantly, they put Exorcism on the cooldown. So if they decide to go and fight inside the Roche, they can do it. They have a lot of damage. Press the attack, and Nature's Prophet deals a ton of damage at the moment.
And where are we with our BKBs? 10-second, fresh one on the Ember Spirit. Ori not too far away, but like you're saying, Roshan time now for the LGD with Chalice's BKB coming. Did OD finish a BKB? Is that coming out in Korea now? Yeah?
It is a full BKB, yes.
Well, that one's for the Prophet. Oh, it's 4 staff. He's going so he's skipping out the BKB for now because he has Aegis of the Immortal and he's going Hurricane Pike. Look, the disengage from LGD is just so good this game. We talked about their reach and their catch, but their running away is just as powerful.
Sometimes I'm a big hater on Aghanim Scepter on OD, but this game is very justified because they have no good heroes to really like close the gap, get on top of him, insta-lock him down, kill him before he can get any spells off. So they have a guaranteed disengagement and setting things up. He even used 2 of those charges on Bristleback so that Legion Commander and Windranger can get in range to lock him down. And that's a full MKB on Windranger. 23 minutes in. She is a core officially right now.
Beautiful. Damage dealing core into these dual targets. And what are we now? About 2k away from BKB on Legion. TPing top outpost. LGD, 5 heroes strong, immediate smoke, and they want to try and swing in towards mid. Top lane's getting pushed. They could connect in here on the Death Prophet. They're thinking about it, not really finding the target that they wanted just yet. But there is all this, also this tier 2 mid to claim. Still pinging out. And X-Nova still scouting on the front lines. ViCi very, very defensive in their posturing, sitting behind tier 2, holding the opposite high ground, knowing where LGD is, and knowing how long range that reach can be. Smoking behind Yang now, using him almost as bait. Ori thinking about moving, but that's an OD with Aegis, 4 staff. Double Astral. Yule's up into the air. Remnant not connecting. The duel does catch in onto the back. And the Chain Frost, well, it's not going to bounce too much, is it? With a rolling boulder arriving in from PYW, thundering through, killing off Old 11 and X-Nova. It is ViCi Gaming that strike hot. And they're jumping in for more. Eurus, Remnant 1, Remnant 2. He doesn't have any more for 7 seconds, but FY going to get slight chains here. He's going to get chainsed up. No, the shackle shot into the focus fire, thinking about the solo kill, but stuck around for maybe a little bit too long now as Yang Astraled with a shield crash and another Remnant. Eurus wants the kill, but he's gone a little far. Eurus, he's dived deep. Can he slay a fist dodge? He can, of course he can. He's a player, but Chalice, 1 click should do the trick. Another slide to dodge the hit. Oh, Eurus, you beautiful bastard. What are you doing? They've left OD all alone with Aegis popped. It's ViCi Gaming coming out kings against LGD in this fight. Yang stands strong, and maybe you're crumbling, you're falling. The Sinister Gaze from DY will catch him, and it looks like Yang will kill him off. X-Nova has to roll away, but the Yule's up. Yori catches him. Swashbuckle in, and 3 heroes down. Oh, ViCi, that was glorious.
Young 11, what are you doing? This is why I love him. He goes in. I mean, in theory, it works. I'm going to use ulti on DP before she can get any spells off, but he did not see where his allies were standing. They were so far away, and there was no real follow-up. So they took the Aegis off and pretty much killed every single one of LGD's members.
One by one, they will jump with a duel and the kill here onto Eurus. They get the Ember Spirit that they've been so desperately trying to catch, but the tier 2 still fell. And ViCi Gaming, they've got to be feeling pretty bold now for the next exorcism in 45 seconds. That fight went spectacularly for them.
I think OD also needs to go for BKB. Once he sees full Heaven's Halberd on Bristleback, he can't afford to get that Hurricane Pike. Like, use Ogre Axe, buy a BKB, and then you'll be afraid of that Prophet ulti. Silver Edge, that's a nice item against the Bristle and Pangolier. Breaking Lucky Shot and, most importantly, Bristleback. Man, I love how people in Valve are just like, call this spell Bristleback, or let's just call this spell Doom.
It's like Slardar's old spells. Sprint, crush, bash, amplify, damage.
Amplify damage was my favorite.
Oh, goodness gracious me. LGD in the triangle. They're doing a spectacular job keeping these waves pushed out, of course, thanks to Chalice for the most part. Nature's Wrath TPing around, clearing out waves. So ViCi kind of sitting back a little bit here and maybe waiting for LGD to fall into a trap or push this bottom tier 2 without any vision. But LGD not doing so. They're very calmly moving out across the map, forcing ViCi Gaming to just keep falling back and push out waves over and over again.
Yeah, I'm glad that Somnus decided to go for that BKB after I just told him that it's a better choice. I'm on the Discord with them at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I hear a lot of you need to be careful, Old 11. If my Chinese is correct.
Okay. A little more cautious. Choose your targets wisely. I think you might have to start focusing this Ember Spirit, honestly. Doing a lot of damage and very maneuverable. They need that duel as lockdown onto this Eurus Ember, who is pretty far up the lane, but you see the Lich cutting a little deeper back. There's the jump. Ember Spirit is going to get soloed by Old 11. There we go. Cautious my ass. Legion Commander slams the Ember Spirit in a 1v1.
Well, if you compare Old 11 to Old 11 3 minutes ago, Like, it's a completely different player. I missed him so much.
They've got 50 seconds without the Ember now. Banish onto the Pango. He still has Swashbuckle, but a Shackle shot, maybe, no. PYW scouted by the Power Shot, but he's going to roll in Thunder. All the way back home, safe and sound, but that's another cooldown expended. But it buys time for the Ember to respawn at the very least.
Next Roche may respawn in a minute and 30 seconds. I see Ember Spirit going for that Lancaster, which he definitely needs against Legion Commander. And this Shackle shot, even Wind Range, threatens a kill on him.
They're trying to roll onto Ori. Not quite connecting. X-Nova held by the Sinister Gaze, and that Exorcism does come out. The double banish onto ViCi Gaming will try and slow their advance, and now the Blink Duel. The BKB, Old 11, trying to catch, but the Frost Shield, the armor from the Lich protecting the DP, and Old 11 has gone a bridge too far yet again. Ori self-fuels up, and DY with Yang, they turn to fight. Chalice dropping low, Ori surviving, barely, but will die. But in comes Eurus, he's ready to fight Chalice. He's trying to TP home. No chains, no catch, but they get FY at the very least. A 2-for-1. ViCi Gaming holding their own. Odie thinking about coming back in.
LGD
Another
still wants
Eclipse
to take this
charge.
fight.
Chalice TP's back in. Glimmercape DY tries to buy himself a bit of time. The roll. Who have they caught? It's Bristleback. Yang not quite dying to the Sandy's Eclipse, and PYW going to keep on rolling. Yang comes back in to fight again as Somnus gets out one more Astral. Eurus with a slider fist, dodging away from danger in a 3-man roll. PYW sets up a beautiful catch. They kill off Somnus, and they've got the vision. They've got the reveal, and they've got the Chalice Prophet. A double kill for Ember Spirit, 10, 3, and 10 on Paparazzi.
This Spangolier did God's work in this fight. Also, 11, once again, goes for that Dead Prophet, and there's real follow. God, it would be a different kind of game if he had Blade Mail. Then he would get those kills before. And now they're running down mid.
They are going high ground. Glyph is there. The creep wave going to get cleared out by the multi-shot, so ViCi Gaming fall back to bounty runes. Reset and wait yet again. It's another 45 seconds for DP ulti, and that's all they're really waiting for.
Also Arcane Rune near the Roche.
Oh, that's good for Eurus.
Eon Disc on Dead Prophet. This is the item. Like, she can't die. They have no ways to spell it.
Smoked up, FY and Old 11. Looking for a target. They catch out Eurus. Is there anyone in the vicinity to save him? Absolutely not. Even with a Frost Shield, it's winner for the Legion Commander, and Chalice with a Sprout and a Dust will take down DY, so the tables turn very quickly, and LGD get a couple of quick, sweet kills. PYW rolling out. He's got a TP, and he's going to connect.
They have no vision of the Roche at the moment. Also, I'm pretty sure they know that Ember Spirit does not have a buyback. They saw Lincoln Sphere recipe in his backpack. Like, he can't have that much farm at the moment. Let's go 11.
Let's go tier 3s. They've got a catapult here. That tower, that catapult needs to die. There we go with the tower with the multi-shot does take it down. And Yang, he's their frontliner, and he really wants to zone everyone out and clear the creep wave. It looks like with that repair kit, they should be able to hold on for dear hope here. They don't lose a high ground fight. LGD back up, but like you were mentioning, Courier in the pit, Roshan scouted, and Chalice will start things off for LGD.
They can't contest this one. The Roche is just dead, so it's Cheese and Aegis gives something the Legion Commander. I also want to see some kind of Dispel. Nullifier. Anyone wants to buy it against this Eon Disc so they can kill DP after it procs?
Hell yeah. I mean, Nature's Prophet, pretty good hero to be grabbing it, but Scythe of Vice is almost completed on Chalice. Top lane shoved hard, mid lane almost reaching high ground. ViCi Gaming holding the kind of classic dire side high ground when they know that a big push is coming.
I like that 11 didn't go for 35 movement speed talent. That way he would be even further away from his team.
Running into Fountain because he's got such fast move speed. Buyback status time, I think. 33 minutes in, it really is important now to see who's got it and who doesn't. And, well, would you look at that? Core heroes, no buybacks. Pango, Wind Ranger, Lich, Earth Spirit all do have it. And you've got to say, you know, the Wind Ranger there, probably the biggest hero out of the four. Like you said, she's become a core.
Also, once she gets a BKB, doesn't need to care about anything else other than DPLT.
They're baiting Yang again. Ori seems to have learnt from his mistakes. A little more tentative with his movements, but would you look at top lane? Creeps are coming, and ViCi Gaming will be forced to remove themselves from the high ground area they've been holding. Maybe LGD could get an isolation on a hero. They do catch the Bristleback, but it's a difficult kill. PYW is an easy one, but the Rolling Thunder just about onto Legion Commander. No duel comes out, and X-Nova doesn't get his roll away. It is ViCi Gaming holding the line yet again. They haven't been broken, while LGD, they're having their ankles broken in front of them. The Aegis already popped.
Can he blink out?
I don't know if he can. Old 11's going to get caught. They do have a side device onto Eurus, but there's no follow-through from LGD. They've got a BKB and TP away. There's no stun, so Chalice survives. Exorcism expended. Old 11 thinking about going in again. He's got Blink Duel ready. Can he catch out Eurus? Is the Lincoln Sphere up? Lacoste, he's got it. He's got Lincoln, so they cannot make that jump. Remnant towards maybe. He's got 4-staff BKB and a cheese. He's going to BKB and turn to fight. PYW, a few whacks in from the Arcane Orbs, and he demolishes him. Yang, he's facing, but look at the BKB, the duel, he comes through. Sanity's Eclipse is great from LGD. Do they have a buyback on an Ember? They don't, and DP's been left to her own devices. High and dry, got nothing to give. LGD striking while the iron is hot. Yang stuck in the trees, and X-Nova helping out his OD to demolish ViCi Gaming.
Yeah,
finally, we see the strength of this Radiant side.
And every single time they fight around that Prophet, they just die. And thank God they gave Aegis the 11, because he died there. He did not have a buyback. Now he has it, and this might be the game. They're just going to go for towers.
It looks like we're going to game 3. LGD going for tier 4s. DP buys back. 30 seconds on your Ember Spirit. It is rough, no money for it. There's no buybacks here for the Dire team. Sprout up the Lich, Chain Frost all you want, Repair Kit all you want, but your throne is falling. Focus Fire and right clicks. DY's died inside the Sprout. I don't care about that, he buys back, but Old 11 is going to whack down the throne. The Ancient will crumble to pieces, and ViCi Gaming taken down here in game 2, and we move into the final game of the series.
Ooh, very interesting game. Back and forth, a couple of times. But it felt like LGD was in control of the game all the time. It was just the 11 being a little bit further away from his team. He was getting a good jump, bad jump, and kept repeating that.
It's like on a seesaw. Up and down. It's a child's playground. It's got roundabouts, it's got seesaws, it's got swings and throws, you know. It's back and forth, non-stop. Some sick performances. Eurus looked really good on that Ember Spirit. Legion Commander with a duel, of course, catching him out numerous times. F-wise, Wind Ranger was spectacular. I think everyone played like that. That was a fun game. That was a really, really fun game.
And it was a good Legion Commander game to start with, even though she was not green. It paid off. He had a good laning stage, snowballed from there, got a couple of kills. The problem was they didn't have a good hero against Somnus. He didn't care about their heroes getting on top of him. Besides that, Prophet had a BKB, and they had no abilities. BKB once again. Besides that Prophet ulti, so they were relying pretty much on one spell to win a team fight and win the game.
You could maybe feel the game slipping away. You mentioned the BKB on maybe, right? The fact he was going Hurricane Pike and then he swang back into BKB. Once he had that item, it felt like LGD just had, you know, another foot planted firmly on the ground, and they kept marching forwards towards the enemy base. But there we have it, game 2. It is 1 apiece here in this best of 3, and we'll swing into the lobby for our final game of the series. I am ready, Lacoste. I am absolutely ready. See you guys in a couple of minutes.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always, always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, they're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG.Bet.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are with our final game of the series. This best of 3 is coming to a close. LGD and ViCi Gaming tied up 1-1 in the ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 online tournament to replace the major. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, and we've got 2 spirits banned out in the first stage.
2 more missing.
Where's Spirit Breaker?
Oh, Spirit. That's how you count Spirit Strat.
Counter spirits with a Spirit Breaker, yeah. So game 1, ViCi Gaming, pretty sick team fight. Void, Phoenix, doing very well to hit that BKB timing on their Razor. Game 2, LGD off the back of an old 11 Legion commander getting pickoffs left and right. Seemed pretty powerful in that game. But also Chalice on that Nature's Prophet pulling some weight as well. And the game 3, do you reckon we'll see similar drafts? Or do we start thinking outside the box a little bit?
These 2 teams are very hard to predict what they are going to open with. I've seen some of their games over the past few days, and very unpredictable. They prioritize different heroes. Centaur is gone. This is one of the strongest heroes at the moment. Same goes for Mars. Mostly, we're focused on banning out the offlaners and these heroes who can be played at multiple roles, like mid and the safe lane.
Our first picks. Oh, Oracle. That was banned second stage last game, I think. But
it was.
Being first picked up here by LGD, does this indicate like a DP or a Huskar or anything to you? Or is it just Oracle, safe, position 5, saving hero? Give it to X-Nova, and no matter what happens, we'll keep one of our cores alive.
Gary, this is a very hard question, and I don't have the answer for it. But as you mentioned, the good hero to have, X-Nova plays it extremely well. His positioning in team fight is always superb. So I'm wondering if they have a strat, like you mentioned, something like a DP, maybe even lean towards the Huskar later on if it's still in the pool. ViCi Gaming needs heroes that can get on top of Oracle, close the gap, mobile heroes.
Nyx Assassin with that Vendetta will be doing just that, and they steal the DP, so we won't have the Oracle DP combo, which LGD could have been very well lining up for.
It could also be a trap that LGD wanted to set up for ViCi Gaming. I don't necessarily think like that Prophet is a bad hero or that easy to counter, but you need to have a good disengagement. If she pops the ulti and you don't feel like fighting, Centaur is gone, sadly for them.
So maybe we start thinking about those core heroes, you know, Ember Spirit, even like Razor with the movement speed, something like that, to be able to get in and out of team fights. There's options here for LGD. Troll Warlord with Oracle. What was it, 15 seconds at level 1?
14.5, yes.
14.5 seconds of invulnerability through Battle Trance and False Promise. And of course, you get a bit of lifesteal on Troll, Morbid Mask, Satanic, and you are absolutely indestructible.
And this is it. You only have one ban to counter what you just picked. Like, you need to be careful which hero you're banning.
Very, very careful indeed. So ViCi Gaming, what are they going to spend theirs on? With a 5 Oracle, and this could be, you know, mid-troll, it could be position 1 troll, but I would honestly aim towards banning out like an old 11 hero, you know, get rid of Legion Commander, for example. Get rid of the offlaners.
It's one of the better heroes against Death Prophet. You have this instant jump. Or they can pick a save, and then they don't have to be afraid of the Legion Commander. Have something hero like a Shadow Demon.
Omni.
Omni could work, yeah.
Guardian Angel, heals, Heavenly Grace, all pretty good. But I think I'm definitely leaning towards banning out. Like, you've already removed, you know, so many offlane heroes: Bat, Timber, Mars, Centaur, even, you know, Prophet, Void Spirit could be played offlane as well. The pool is getting very, very limited now. Puck. That's a pretty decent ban also. And it's one of those disengage heroes you were mentioning, right? Being able to get out of the way of Exorcism.
Yes, and it's a short cooldown on Puck ulti, so if they don't have BKBs, like, they can't chase. They use DP ulti, you land a good coil, and suddenly the whole team is gone. You can't chase them, you're not getting any kills. In theory, a very good ban from ViCi Gaming.
5 seconds remaining.
And into that second stage, DP Nyx. So I'm kind of looking at a PYW Nyx, Ori DP, but we've been seeing some safe lane Death Prophet, haven't we? Could be Paparazzi thrown up into that safe, or down at that bottom safe lane for the Radiant side. Off laner time? No, it's Lich time. So that's DY's hero. Grab up the Lich for a bit of team fight. You know, a decent disable, Sinister Gaze. You really got to always consider that kind of instant catch, but also the mana drain it gives you up against heroes like Oracle and Troll, who are very reliant on their abilities, especially Battle Trance, just getting that ability off.
It's also great in terms of reducing physical damage against Troll. Putting that on DP could change things around. Like, Troll relies on dealing heavy physical right-click damage. This is why Lich is such a great pick here.
Big fan of Rubik against Nyx. Against DP and Lich, pretty solid as well. Steal Exorcism, Chain Frost, and anything from any 3 of these heroes, but primarily Telekinesis, no damage, stun, disable a Nyx, make sure Carapace doesn't get popped.
10 seconds remaining.
Also pretty, really solid spells to steal this game as well. We don't know who he's going to be partnered up with, though. Usually we see Rubik Omni was a massive combo, especially in China. That dual lane seemed unstoppable for a few weeks, if not months.
I would love to see something more active with Rubik. If you have Oracle, Rubik, Omni Knight, you're not leaning towards the early game. I'm still fine with that. I would just want to see something that can make rotation. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck until Troll gets the items, and then you're going to go as 5, rely on that Guardian Angel against that Prophet ulti. A lot of these offliners are banned out. You have Centaur, Mars, Timbersaw, Legion Commander is now picked up, Batrider is gone.
They needed some more gap close, someone to play with a Nyx Assassin. Like, Nyx, yes, you can scout with Vendetta, but if you don't have anyone to actually go and play with the Nyx, It feels a little bit lackluster, so a Blink Legion Commander with a Frost Shield on, Death Prophet with the movement speed to catch up, does give them a few ways into fights.
10 seconds remaining.
And also, potential save there onto the Death Prophet, right, with Press the Attack. It does give them ability to put DP on the front lines in front of a tower, pressuring into objectives without really, committing heavily with the rest of the squad.
They need some kind of burst damage against that Prophet. Shadowfin's still in the pool. Lina, also one of the heroes that works well against DP in the laning stage. And later on, there's too much save on ViCi Gaming right now. You have Frost Shield, you have Press the Attack, so that Prophet doesn't need to care too much about these three heroes at the moment.
Even like a Carapace to, turn around on stun from the spill damage of Fade Bolt, the kind of uncontrollable damage of Whirling Axes, for example. Pretty handy. So LGD, you mentioned the Shadow Fiend. I had a hero come to my mind a second ago, and my old man brain has lost that lost that thought immediately.
That was probably something dumb like Sniper.
Sniper! Come on, man. Sniper's amazing.
No, Sniper is popular in China.
Oh,
if there are no gap closers, teams will tend to pick it.
Yeah, I was just going to follow on from your Lina suggestion. It was nothing new, but Yule's carrier against Legion Commander, right? Being able to send her up in the air or catch Nyx Assassin before Carapace. Anyone with a Yule's is always welcome on this LGD side. Another reason why I think Puck was a pretty good ban. Yule's potential Yule's carrier, elusive hero. Very, very slippery.
They're really taking their time with this one.
Is Nature's Prophet banned? It is banned, yeah. Can't really go Storm Spirit into this kind of Nyx Assassin stuff. Gyrocopter. Hey, up. So is that going to be then a Troll mid, Gyro safe? Or is it Gyro mid against the DP?
Could be Gyro mid, but I would prefer... I mean, it still depends. Troll has Whirling Axes to slow DP down if she uses Spirit Siphon, and he has better range than Gyro.
But I think Gyro's attack animation slays DP. Like, DP's projectile is trash, right? Gyro insta attack, pretty much. CSing is not
his
that
backswing
difficult.
got buffed as well.
I think that's nice. I think that's really nice as a mid hero, and the way that DP kind of secures range creep with Crypt Swarm, stays on the bit of ramp and kind of hides in the fog. Homing Missile and Rocket Barrage, very, very potent early magic damage sources, can shred through a DP even under her own tower. Abaddon banned out. Another off-laner gone. So LGD really scraping the bottom of the barrel here for old 11 heroes.
There aren't many left in the pool.
I mean, who is there? Like, let's be
There
bloody
is
honest.
Omni that you suggested. There is Underlord.
Ooh, I forgot about Underlord. That's a good point.
But you're still picking Underlord blindly.
Tide Hunter? Yeah, you don't know what the safe lane is. They could pick... I mean, they're going to pick Razor here. Oh, no, it's just banned. I am dumb. I did not see that.
Oh, it could be either Omni or Underlord then. Razor does so well in the laning stage against these two.
Yeah, it was a very good final ban by LGD for sure.
ViCi Gaming's turn to pick.
Clockwork! Hello, buddy.
Okay, I mean... I said I wanted to see something more aggressive. But Clockwork as position 3, I'm not a big fan. Like, he's missing from the lane. You know that he's ganking. The hero doesn't scale that much with items compared to other position 3s.
It forces a lot onto FY, right? This Rubik, when Clock leaves the lane, Rubik will get a bit of room. And also kind of becomes more of a 3.5, while Clockwork becomes less of a 3 and more of a 4.
I guess one of the reasons why they picked him, these two supports on ViCi Gaming side, they don't have any kind of escape mechanism, can't get out of the cogs. So if he gets on top of them, it's a guaranteed kill. It's also good long-range initiation to catch that Prophet. Scouting things out with Rocket against that Prophet lineup is also very crucial to see if they're doing Roche.
Rocket True Sight against Nyx Assassin. Let's go.
And there's a great synergy between him and Gyro.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
They only need Tinker.
And Sniper. How many Keen are there? Tinker, Sniper, Gyro, Clock. Is the guy that rides Alchemist also a Keen? I can never remember.
Is Timbersaw keen?
I think Timbersaw. I generally can't remember. I'm not very good with lore anymore. I know Warlock is like a distant cousin of them. He's some Oglodi. He's close to Keen, but he's not. I don't know.
Clean. What did you say? What was their name again?
Keen. Keen. It's the Valve version of dwarves, basically. The Keen folk.
Oh yeah, I remember from Artifact, Keen Folk Turret.
Oh right, let's have a Keen MVP video. Brought to you by Mercedes. And we're back. There we go. Into game 3. 1-1 between ViCi Gaming and LGD. DUI Lich with PYW, Nyx Assassin wandering up to top, just behind Yang's Legion. Chalice will be the troll, so it is a mid-gyrocopter from Somnus. And down south, Old 11 grabs up the outpost with the help of FY. X-Nova not too far away. And Ori down bottom on the DP, leaving Eurus mid. The mid Morphling, so they do swap their lanes around a bit.
Morphling is going to have a hard time, even though Gyro's animation is great. You can't compete with Morphling. This is all-in build, 3 circlets on this Morphling. He's going to morph everything into Agi. Pretty hard to counter him in the laning stage. And there's no burst damage for this morph. And no burst damage for Dead Prophet. I'm kind of leaning towards ViCi Gaming's lineup here. It's a 10-pick morph.
Don't underestimate Purifying Flames, Lacoste. That's like 300. Was it 360 damage or something? 360 at level 4. They've got Fade Bolt. They can steal Crypt Swarm. I don't fully disagree with you, but they've got a couple of things. You know, if Morphling is not cautious enough with the amount of strength he's got, they could be able to kill him off during a telekinesis.
But it's just whenever I see Troll playing against Morphling, it always feels bad for Troll. On top of that, they have Dead Prophet who builds naturally into Yule Scepter as a first item, so there's a ton of kiting potential. Even though it is a Troll and Oracle combination, so there is a save, but still, if they can just play around it, and they have good ways to do so. There's a lot of uncontrollable damage on their side. Clockwork with Rocket and Battery Assault, Fade Bolt, and most importantly, Gyro. So Nyx Assassin will get some good carapaces off.
What are we paused for, do you know?
I have no clue. He just disconnected. It's going to be a short one. This is what we always say, and most of the time we're lying.
We're here to keep everyone safe and calm and keep yourselves collected. So safe lane Death Prophet. Oh, they love their circlets. You know, you mentioned the Morphling with 3. DP's got a couple down bottom lane as well. DP safe lane up against, what, Clock Rubik? He'll have the Lich to help him out, so it's not going to be atrocious down there. Is there any way LGD could, like, move their lanes around to deal with the Morphling mid, though?
They don't have a good hero against Morph. There's no, like, Shadowfin, there's no Lina, anything to burst him down, so he needs to be cautious about using his Morph. I think they're just going to stick with Troll on the top lane and have this killer lane on bottom. Lich needs to be careful. Same goes for DP. Once Clockwork gets to level 3, 2 points in Battery Assault and the Cogs, that's very deadly. They can also put people inside of the Cogs with telekinesis.
Does Troll still build Diffusal Blade?
I see a lot of the Trolls shifting towards Battle Fury.
Ooh.
And then you go for this status resistance build, but he's definitely going to need a BKB this game. It's hard to itemize. If you see what they have physical damage, they have damage that goes through BKB, they have insta lockdown from Legion Commander, and the Morphling will buy shotgun eventually. But he is a damage dealer here. Like, he is their ultimate late game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just decides to go for this Battle Fury build. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. It always feels like you are delaying your other items and you're never fighting with team. Just by not having Battle Fury, you want to be with the team fighting, and now he even has Oracle sitting behind him, so you can afford to not get BKB early on.
Nick's HP regen. If he gets a tango going, it's going to be insane. He has a ring of regen and a headdress next to him.
They lowered down his regen, if I'm not mistaken. Back when mangoes were giving like 1.5 per second.
Yeah, like
you
15
buy the
HP.
Stout Shield and 4 mangoes, then you have like the game crashes.
Yeah, you buffer overflow into the HP regen max value. It's too big. How have they not said anything? Come on, guys. What's happened?
Last time he paused. He said 5 minutes. He's back. You should have said.
No, it's because whenever you complain about something, it fixes itself. You know, when you're queuing for Dota and you're in like a 17-minute queue and you're like, where's my game?
My life would have been perfect then if it works like that.
Where's my goddamn game? And then dun, 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 dun. It pops immediately. Straight after you complain. Just have to whine a little bit. That's it. Let's go, guys. Game 3. Let's have it. Completely different drafts. Like I've loved this series, the way that they've completely kind of redefined themselves after every game, where we've had a couple of overlapping heroes like DP, Legion, Lich, but Morphling up, Troll, now a Gyrocopter, Oracle comes in. It's been a shining advertisement for Dota 2 and the amount of heroes that are pickable.
This is why I missed top tier Chinese teams playing Dota. Unpredictable, very hard to draft against, have their own like mentality, how to play it, and have variety of the heroes that they play. Like, you never know what's going to happen. Suddenly there's a Tide Hunter popping up. And it always comes down to, if it goes to game 3, game 5, you're going to see more of these big team fighting ultis. All right, we're ready to go.
P1W drops the snore. Okie dokie. Here we are, game 3, best of 3. Here for the ESL 1 Los Angeles Online Replacement League. As we get ourselves into China, day 1. Yang, DY, PYW, going to try and grab themselves an outpost. Chalice gives the clicks to Yang, levels up his whirling axes, but can't really stick around, even with the backup of X-Nova. But down at bottom lane, double bounty runes for the Dire team. That should be double for the Radiant up top, so even Stevens, 2 for 2.
Who do you think Stephen was?
Hawking.
Even Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, even Stevens. He's a very even, balanced, and logical man. I literally have no idea, Lacoste. I don't know.
I know you're making that shit up.
I've not got a clue who's Stephen. It's probably just because it rhymes. I don't know where it comes. It might be Cockney rhyming slang or something. Apples and pears are stairs. Stephen is even. Who knows? Top lane, 2 versus 2. No Troy lane shenanigans this time around. FY and Old 11. They could potentially get a few kills down here. Lich and DP can output some good damage, but they are incredibly squishy. They do have the ranged advantage, though, ViCi Gaming down bottom. 2 ranged against 1 melee, 1 ranged.
No mangoes on Lich. He needs to use the career. Is he using bringing just a sentry and a flask? So the harassment is not going to be that great. 115 mana for Frost Blast level 1. Clockwork even burned his mana.
Get rid of that. Oh, hello. What's this? Stun onto X-Nova. Not going to follow through. Creep wave manipulation is getting a little bit awkward there. But I'm keeping my eyes on mid lane because both of these heroes took themselves down to like 150 HP very early on. It seems that Morphling, though, at 5 and 3 is starting to get the upper hand, all things considered, in this lane. Somnus is doing very well to get his CS, even under that tower, though. 5 and 1, just a couple of denies behind.
How's top lane doing? Yang
it's getting weird
that he can't lane, so he dragged the creep wave back. Man, Next Assassin is one of the worst position 4s in the game if you don't have a good partner in the laning stage. Like early on, he doesn't do that much. Like, yeah, you land a stun, then what do? It's a long duration stun, 80 damage level 1. Like, you can't harass people. The only way that's good about this hero is his HP regen.
Yeah,
I'm talking about pre-level 6. Like, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Next Assassin, very strong carapace. One of my favorite spells to use and abuse.
Yeah, it's not like he can stun and then click people like, you know, Rubik can, for example. Get a few extra hits in. Chalice and X-Nova really putting the pressure on Legion Commander and forcing Yang to burn through all of that Legion's regeneration so far. And PYW might just have to... It didn't pop the carapace. Holding 9 stick charges. Doesn't even turn
69 charges.
69, nice. Mid lane. Eurus
this
does
is
have
his
level
job.
2 morph.
He's just stunned, and that's it. He's not gonna die on the mid lane. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it looks pretty okay. Has a salve to fall back on after the homing missile hits him as well. Donked on the head. What's Rubik doing? Oh, they're getting a kill on Lich. Look at that. Clockwork traps him inside the cogs. FY chased him back. And they can return back to lane with that. Headrest regen kicking in. Old Levin's going to be perfectly fine in a couple of seconds. Oh, and a career snipe? No, good micro.
Yeah, as I said, after the draft, Clockwork gets level 3, 2 points in battery assault, and it's a guaranteed kill if Lich is caught in a bad spot, and they should keep repeating that. Just DP out.
Clock rushing Urn. So it really does... Oh, top lane.
Top lane.
X-Nova about to drop. Does get behind the tree line, though, and Chalice continues to fight. With Yang pressing the attack, PYW has a carapace and stick charges to fall back. But PYW still holding carapace for the longest time. Doesn't get it in onto the whirling axis of Chalice. They turn, they battle, and Oracle falls. But the trade-off... Oh, he dies to neutrals.
Oh.
Chalice doesn't get the kill.
Well, at least it's something. They got caught in a really bad spot. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, you probably... that.
I caught it.
We're just looking at corpses. That doesn't count. If
I watched
you just click on a hero who died, you did.
No,
okay.
I watched it before he died. I saw the Crypt Swarm hit him.
Said something.
No, it's fine. We should watch him die. Yeah, Clockwork rushing Urn. It feels like what we were saying about him kind of transitioning into a pos 4 feels like it's happening.
It's just his faster position 4.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Spirit Vessel in this game is going to be amazing against Morph, against Death Prophet, and Legion Commander. But, you know, Legion Commander can't purge it off, so it's a double-edged sword.
Very good with Oracle as well, right? Usually it's Oracle who buys it, but if you have a Clockwork who gets it early on and then pops it onto your false promise target, beautiful stuff. DY, oh, very nice. Barely gets the pull across. Old 11 needs the CS and the experience, especially down here. He's going to even battery assault himself through the creep wave. DP, 22 and 10. Some pretty solid farming there from both sides, 1 and 2 positions. And pretty good for the Clockwork over the Legion Commander, while Rubik also picking up some pieces of farm here and there. X-Nova herded back to his creep wave by PYW. Mid lane. What's coming out for the Morphling? Has double Wraith Band, has just bought a bottle up. Wastes the charge as he walks under the rocket barrage of maybe. And I've missed the kill on Rubik down bottom. Whoopsie doopsie.
This Death Prophet is getting a lot from this lane. She is about to hit level 6, and I don't think she's dying. They can only kill Lich. Level 3 Spirit Siphon with some magic wand charges on.
Ooh,
there's no way to kill it with Clockwork and Rubik.
Sidesteps the Impale, heading down towards bottom rune, but there's a Lich here as well. They sandwich in the Gyrocopter, 1 versus 3, nowhere to run, and Gyrocopter's gonna fall. Give it to Eurus, give it to the Morphling, beautiful. Grabs it up on Paparazzi.
Whirling Axes will not be that efficient. Like, you can get rid of it with press the attack. That Prophet doesn't rely on dealing the right-click damage, but neither does Morph. Like, he is gonna go for shotgun build, which means that he is more magical. Yes, he deals some physical, but, you know, most of that is magical. Bottom lane, Clockwork is still level 5, Somnus 5, Gyro trying to gank.
Homing missile is going. Lift up, will drag back, but the Sinister Gaze holds the gyro
You're
in
not
place.
getting this kill.
It is pretty rough here. Ori still has 15 1 charges. You are absolutely not taking down the DP, and in comes the Nyx with a stun onto 2. Beautifully done by PYW. Now Summoner's in so much trouble, but the chase isn't there. They cannot follow through. ViCi Gaming just have to reset. Fall back a little bit, maybe turn on to FY now, who are stuck around for a little bit too long, to be honest with you. Another Impale will catch out the Rubik, and even with the Fortune's End and a few little burst bits and bobs here, they get the takedown on DY, and Somnus turns to fight. He's almost level 6. Kill the creep, kill the range creep, anything. Just get him level 6. PYW burst down. X-Nova with the 2 points in Purifying Flames. Beautiful nuke damage, and a double kill for Maybe that seemed impossible.
It's still not worth it for them. They wasted a lot of time. Surprised the Gyrocopter made a move before he was level 6. Some damage was dealt on a mid tower, and look at the amount of CS that Morph has at the moment, 43-22. And controlling the runes, let's see where it's gonna spawn on the bottom lane. So haste on Gyro. He might actually gank bottom once again with it. He's being picked out. They have a vision on him.
Yeah, high ground ward from the Radiant, already pretty shallow in their jungle.
Meanwhile, while that was happening, they had the numbers on the bottom lane, which means that no one was getting XP nor farm on the mid lane. Even though FY is still mid, the only way he hits is if he uses a Fade Bolt. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not getting a last hit against him.
He's just clicking Morphling. He knows he can't contest CS, so he's just giving the right clicks to him. So Gyro is hasted and TP top, making a move. Yang dragging Creep Wave back still, but they seem to know. They know where this maybe Gyro is moving every step of the way. And like you were saying, up against the Morphling, he just cannot go toe-to-toe with that hero.
I'm glad that Chalice is going for Diffusal Blade. He understands that other lanes are not going well, so he can't afford to go for Battle Fury. Gyro struggling, same goes for Old 11 on Clockwork. Also first hook shot used defensively, so that he needs to get out.
Now what's Rubik getting up to? Headdress into Tranquils. I expect we see an Ether Lens. I'm not sure exactly where he'd head into otherwise. Bottom lane, a move being made by ViCi Gaming, just trying to slide in behind Old 11, and it looks like PYW potentially, but no range on the Sinister Gaze. Not quite anyway, but now there is. He's walked back into danger, he's overstepped yet again. Schrodinger's 11. You don't know quite whether he's going to do exceptionally well or exceptionally poorly.
We've seen a lot of poor and amazing initiation from Old 11 in the previous game. Yang, however, is level 6. If they want to get a kill, I'm not sure who they bring to kill this troll. There's still tier 1 tower standing, so he could just farm in this lane. I don't think this Legion commander will become a core.
Fortune's
There's
End.
no real burst damage. All right, hype it up, Gary. What's happening?
Nyx has died! Ah! That was a big kill. Gyro's getting really involved. And that was an arcane rune now, and he's ready to go and fight again. 20 seconds until cooldown. Looks like they want to try and make a move bottom. Clockwork, hook shot. Hook shot. Hook shat? No. Bad. Naughty mouth. It is ready. They've got a catapult here to push off the back off as well.
Yeah, this is what I just talked about.
God's sake. Chalice. He's going to drop here for sure. He's got 8-1 charges, but bottom lane they'll grab DY at the same time. So they do get themselves a couple of good kills there, ViCi Gaming. Or a good kill on Chalice. Losing out their offlaner and their support, but it's this tier 1 bottom lane that's going to get shoved by LGD.
They can pressure the top lane with the Morph and Catapult, and also DP. The stack, I think it was a 3-stacked camp, which is not that bad. Oh, X Noah TP'd.
Very risky. He gets an observer ward down, but that's going to be his dying move. He's hidden in the trees. He hasn't been seen. Oh, Ori has walked past, and they haven't seen him. No way. His ex-Nova found himself a tiny little hidey hole. He went, oh, they know. Cut the tree, kill the Oracle. We found you. It's Easter. Hiding oracles in the trees.
Once Ledge gets level 6, their teamfight potential is much, much stronger. Nyx is level 6, so he should play with the Legion Commander right now. That Prophet has no ulti, which means he's going to jungle until he gets the Yule Scepter. Same goes for Morph. Like, he is going to grab a kill, get the last hit with that to strike, to get himself closer to that E-Blade, which is going to be extremely efficient against the Troll, even though there is Oracle on the other side. Hook shot bottom lane.
Oh yeah, Lich caught again. DY being burst down. They do get the kill. Old Levin is going to be helped out a little bit by Somnus, but with Ori and Eurus both here, not really too much he can do but fall away. Another Diffusal Blade as well. Gyrocopter well on his way towards it. Role-playing as Thompson as a duel. Is that stolen? That's Rubik's duel. Hello. They don't get the win, but Yang should be a kill regardless, as the Purifying Flames, the burst damage is good and kills off Legion. But Eurus, very tanky with his Morphling and still holding onto the Ghost Scepter now as Rubik skirting around, dodging, juking through the trees. Oh, he steals Vendetta! You sneaky, sneaky boy! But Gyrocopter needs the false promise from the Oracle. The save is up, and Ex-Nova has the heals to pump through with one charge as he can keep on going, and they can potentially fight. Old Levin's killed off PYW. Ex-Nova sniping kills left and right. Okay, Old Levin will finally fall, but it's well worth it. The pushback down to the low ground. FY still invis in that Vendetta. But they give up the clock for what? 2 kills? Nyx and Legion? That seems alright to me.
Clock died twice in a row. Don't forget that. It's a core Clockwork, not a position 4. Once Troll finishes his Diffusal Blade, I mean, it's a core.
He's kind of position 4 now. Rubik, it's FY Rubik, man. Rubik's the pos 3 now in my mind.
Okay. Once Troll finishes Diffusal Blade, he will be joining. And the thing about that Clockwork position 3, why I don't like it that much, is if you don't flash farm, you need to use the battery to kill the creep wave or just rocket, which you don't have early on maxed out. And if you compare him to other position like 3s, he doesn't build into the auras that quickly. Like, you can't just go straight into pipe with Clockwork. In certain situations, yes, but the hero benefits more from the other type of items. Like, he's going for Spirit Vessel here, which is a good choice against that Prophet, against the Morphling.
Yeah, for Clockwork, those situations are always when you have to and not really when you want to. I've been watching, maybe he's been very active moving around the map, you know, making these moves into the side lanes, but very often just TPing for runes. Like, I want to check how many runes he's picked up at the end of this game, because I feel like he's got like 80% of them, honestly. Arcanes, DDs, haste, bounties. He has had some exceptional efficiency out of this bottle, but still lagging behind about 1,000 gold away from the DP on that net worth board.
DY just playing on the previous patch, having Quelling Blade and Observer Wards.
Why has he got a Quelling Blade? I used to love Quelling Blade on AA and Lich and stuff. I used to talk about this a lot. But, yeah. Question mark? A bit odd. FY, Vendetta on cooldown for that Rubik. Needs another spell to steal, but he's going to get picked off here. Pretty tanky, Rubik. Oh, has he already strength morphed up? He has. So that save from Oracle will keep FY alive. And now the turn, the steal of the Chain Frost. It won't. Oh, he bounces back on the catapult. The green Chain Frost kills him off. And a sick hook shot. Push back with the cogs. The Legion Commander getting found out by Chalice. Now the Troll battle trance. In we go. On to Yang. Down you go. Sit down, Legion Commander. LGD strike. 3 kills in a row. And I only just noticed 1600 HP on Rubik. He stole the morph, max strength, big HP, and Ex-Nova with the saves.
He doesn't care about his armor, but he cares more about HP. And Troll joins a team fight. Suddenly, it's a different game. Also, Gyro didn't even pop double damage in the previous fight. Has that second Diffusal Blade finished up. Man, Morphling is gonna struggle. He might need to get BKB for his next item.
Yeah, go for the old
Prophet
school.
definitely needs one.
The old school like Sylar Morphling build. E-Blade into BKB. Get them going quickly. And what does DP have? Yule Scepter, yeah, she's going BKB straight away, as Ori does so often. Dragon Scale. That's a pretty decent... Oh, Imp-Claw, Dragon Scale. We've got the Ironwood Tree. Some pretty good early neutral items here. And an E-Blade completed for Eurus. Could put ViCi Gaming into a position where this level 2 Exorcism that's ready gets them a couple of objectives. Potentially a big team fight, but maybe Roshan could be on the cards for them. Look at that Troll grabbing items left and right as well. An Imp Claw for him. BKB being worked on, and it really is going to be this game of BKBs. 20 odd minutes, 21, 22, whatever it may be. We're going to have like 4 BKBs, 2 on each side. And Legion Commander still struggling really to get into a hood. Clockwork is a good 13 or 1400 net worth ahead of her.
When I said Legion Commander is not gonna be a core this game because she's not any dual damage, I didn't mean to have 0.
Yeah, it's pretty rough for Yang, and it might become a little rougher. Chalice, oh, disarm, not amazing there. They try and keep the heals going onto the troll wall, and it will still gather them a kill as they catch a stun, killing Clock. Inside the cogs, no, maybe not. The false promise will save him up, and old Levin, old shot forward, still has the aggressive potential. Onto the next assassin we go. PYW help with the Shield of Frost and the Chain Frost bouncing back in onto the Oracle. X-Nova, are you baiting? What are you doing, buddy? Hiding in the Roche pit, still gonna fall. Eurus with a double kill. 2-for-1 exchange, but no Roshan taking capability, and Exorcism is used with no objectives claimed.
This shotgun on Morphling is doing so much work. Once they pop a DP ulti, I don't think they can take that fight. Once again, there's no burst damage, so DP doesn't have to care about those. There was a little bit of misplay from Oracle and Troll. And Morphling has that BKB queued up that I talked about. First, he had Lincoln Sphere. I was like, why? There's nothing to block.
And Oracle has like a million spells to pop your Lincolns from long range. Oh, well, that's an insta-kill, isn't it? Destroyed the Clockwork. LGD were trying to get into this Radiant jungle, connect in with the Clockwork, look for the tier 1 mid. Not going to be their day for that, though. Still holding on to this high ground, smoking up, in fact. Scanning out Roshan.
Another double damage for Gyro. They know that Prophet ulti is down. They will gladly take a fight.
Yang has the hood, so a little tankier now. A double damage rune into the pit they go. Morphling scouts them out, gets off the morph, so this lifts back into the stun, not accomplishing a whole hell of a lot. LGD zoned away from the pit.
DY still holding that Quelling Blade. Bounty runes spawning. Both bounty runes on the bottom are freebies to be picked up.
Maybe he's going to TP down there. Go on. Gyro, TP bot.
ViCi's just waiting until that Prophet ulti is up, then they want to take a fight.
Clockwork grabs that invis. Walking under a number of sentries from the Radiant, though. Should be scouted out here. Do they have the jump? They've got plenty of catch. Stun, duel, and with the E-Blade Adaptive Strike, not even going to bother using the E-Blade, honestly. Just get the winner over onto Yang. So first duel win of the game for Legion at long last.
You got to start somewhere, Gary.
You do. Step 1.
This is you. You start casting online, you might get to... I was being mean. I love you, Gary. So.
Get some lands one day. I mean, no one's getting any lands anymore. Bloody hell. Chain Frost's up. They're catching Gyro. It's pretty quick and easy onto Somnus. No backup available. Oracle still a good 2,000 range away, 3,000 range away from that.
Run into Roach Pit straight away. They can't defend it. Gyro has a buyback. Oh, well, they might contest it. Clockwork will be out if Gyro wants the buyback, then contest this one.
They need vision, they need rocket flare. Give them some insight into what ViCi Gaming are actually accomplishing, but Exorcism and Morphling doing so much physical damage, shredding through Roshan. He's nearly dead, but the Clockwork's in. Old 11 looking for the steal. Roshan's still up and running. The Yules up into the air will allow them to get the Aegis onto the Morphling now, and Old 11 trapped inside the cogs yet again, forcing the save with the heals of X-Nova, but Chalice, he wants to battle. The BKB from Ori will give him a bit of safety as they reset, and LGD forced to hold their own high ground. So another victory for ViCi Gaming, just losing a Lich.
ViCi Gaming did not want to fully commit to that fight. They just wanted to get Aegis and get out since they already used that Prophet ulti. So they needed to bail. Support-wise, there's a huge difference between the position 4s. FY has much more farm because this Clockwork, as you mentioned, is kind of becoming position 4.
Nearly has his full staff. Rubik halfway to blink. But it's the BKB, like, the BKBs are so vital this game. Troll has his, yes, DP has hers. Morphling, BKB.
He switched back.
He switched back
to Link. I mean, it's fine to switch back to other item than BKB, because you just picked up that Aegis, so you don't have to get the defensive item.
I guess the only immediate catch LGD has is telekinesis, right? Like hookshot into telekinesis or telekinesis into Fortune's End or something. All of the ways that you stop the Morphling from actually getting off Morph are these single target cast spells. Like here, they've got hookshot. They don't have the follow through quite there. And Yang will retreat back to the high ground, and Troll forced to BKB as ViCi Gaming bring numbers middle. I don't know if LGD can actually battle this. Old 11's kind of been left by his squad to fend for himself, and in jumps Eurus, turns into Clockwork, battery assault forward, not going to be able to catch the clock though.
This just shows some of the weaknesses of position 3 Clockwork. He uses a hook shot, and after that, he's done. Like, he uses his combo. If you don't get Aghanim Scepter to refresh your abilities, like, the hero falls off so quickly.
He's just a body in the fight, like a meat shield. He's got no more utilization, really. Yang getting picked off here by LGD. Good little snipe onto the Legion Commander, and this slows down ViCi Gaming, slows down this Aegis that they're holding on Eurus still. Maybe gives LGD a chance to bring down this tier 1 mid, 24 minutes in, has been standing for far too long, Lacoste.
Another double damage for Gyro on top of Haste Rune, but he's dropping low.
Schrodinger's 11, he's gone in, and he's gone in too deep. He's got nothing done. The tip from DY, yeah, well deserved. FY now maybe in a spot of bother himself. 4 staff forward, what's he going to steal? Gets a stun out from the Nyx Assassin, so will be able to turn and run as the tier 1 finally crumbles and LGD get the objective which they've been waiting 25 minutes for.
What would be the perfect hero for 11? Something that can't jump, something that needs to play with the team, that doesn't buy a Blink Dagger, like Underlord. I mean, you still have ulti, but...
Omni.
Omni, yeah, Omni. That's definitely the hero for him.
That's what I was saying, Omni Knight in this draft. Rubik Omni, good, you know, kind of Chinese classic combo. And a hero that Old 11 can't do that with. Diving. The reasoning he's doing it, they want to secure tier 1, right? He's giving his life for the tier 1. It just looks like he's doing a bit of a feed, but there's a method to his madness. Even if the method is
we're joking about 11, but the one thing he does great is forcing enemies to use spell on him when he has a buyback. So he will gladly throw his body in front of them, die, and just buy back for a BKB or some long cooldown spell.
Absolutely. So we now have Telescope on the Lich. The Mindbreaker going to get grabbed up by the Morphling. Still an Imp Claw back in the shop as Nyx Assassin gets picked off top. A hook shot. Hello. Who we jumped on? Legion Commander was lurking around in the shadows, but LGD are really here and they're not messing around, are they? 2 quick kills in succession, and Morphling is just going to shift down towards bottom lane. So ViCi Gaming spread too thin.
There's a lot of mistakes from these two teams throughout this whole series. Being caught plenty of times. And the games are even in terms of net worth. It's just a lot of the kills are happening that should not happen. You know, these two teams are very experienced tier 1 Chinese teams, and you don't expect these like small mistakes to happen.
Craggy coat. A telescope for Oracle. That's huge, actually. So both teams have a telescope now. That's damn nice. LGD, the two keen folk up on the high ground looking for a target. Who do they have in their sights? No one just yet. Clockwork frontlining real hard. Old 11 doing Old 11 things. If they use an exorcism to kill the Clockwork, I think he's all right. A dual win for Legion Commanders, maybe a little too far, but now the chase is off. They cannot continue forward, and Ori has used that long cooldown ulti.
This is exactly what 11 does when they're in a bad spot. If he's on a winning side, he starts to play over aggressively. FY's in.
They made the jump. Yang gets caught, but a nice two-man impale. The Carapace as well. Stolen back by FY, and the BKB's forced. Moving on to Yang still, as that E-Blade helped keep him alive a little longer, but Chalice is so powerful. Ripping through this. Poor little DP with the bashes coming out, but the Battle Trance has left him isolated. Stranded out on his own. And Eurus is hunting yet again for more targets. Into gyro mode. X-Nova. Do they have a stun? They do. Push back with the adaptive strike, and a beyond godlike streak continuing here for Paparazzi at 10-0-2 on this Morphling.
They don't have the real counter to this Morph. This is why this hero was 10th pick and has a Titan Sliver on top of that. Perfect game for Eurus.
Completely unanswered. This Morphling. Clock shifting back into Hood. Rubik wants a Force Staff on top of Blink Dagger, looking for even more maneuverability. Daedalus for Gyro. No Aghanim Scepter, so has Aghanim's just out of fashion now? Because with the Diffusal Blade, it's like, okay, interesting.
They reduced the Black Cannon cooldown to 20 seconds. So I guess that's the reason why.
Just not
like
worth
you can
the money?
still flash farm, yeah. I mean, Aghanim Scepter is still great, don't get me wrong. And in this kind of situation, he can't afford to go for it.
Yeah.
He needed items to fight straight away from the start because bottom lane was a disaster. Mid lane was also not doing great, so he can't afford. Yeah, he needed an item to fight.
Catching out Old 11 and another dual win. We went from no dual wins in the first, what, 15 minutes or something? Now we've had a couple of pretty big ones in a row for Yang, so building up the damage and well on his way towards Halberd. Troll shoving out top, but Exorcism is back up. Roshan, 10 seconds until fast spawn. They might consider forcing high ground just to make LGD come back and deal with what they're doing. Gyro and Rubik both lurking down bottom. Nyx Vendetta, Lich TPs to tier 3. Call down from Maybe, and an immediate TP out. FY follows suit, and now Chalice, the only hero from LGD showing out on the map, while Morphling is very alone out here, but you know, the Dire Vision not really scouting anywhere near their base.
Another double damage near the Roche. Roche will respawn in a little less than 2 minutes.
A double damager in Morphling. Have you seen how much HP Eurus is running around with, by the way? Very safe. He was sitting on like 3k.
Oh, that's why he has 0 deaths, Gary.
True, okay, yeah. You're not wrong.
A lot of Morphling players are greedy and will shift pretty much everything when they're farming.
Like
and then
now.
they're gonna die and still not learn a lesson.
He does have the Lincolns and the BKB though. Double damager in bottled, so you've got that for another minute or so. Ready to strike with the next fight. Halberd pretty much done for Yang. All of these items taking in beautifully as Ori shivers. BKB Yules working on a Blink Dagger. Somnus going to get scouted out here. PYW trying to line up an initiation. And
they
maybe
have
has stuck
sentry.
around just a little too long. Stun, nice sidestep, dodge away, but they've got the heroes they need. And maybe dead for over a minute with buyback. They don't know whether Roshan's up or not, and a hook shot missed by Old 11 means Yang will get away scot-free.
Roche will respawn in 20 seconds. Legion should just keep the courier inside the Roche pit to scout things out. Or he's gonna do the job. Well, maybe not. He's getting out.
Chalice. Split push top, split push bottom. Hasn't really been, like, LGD are not looking for fights. They're looking for these next items that will maybe win them a fight around Roshan, which has just respawned like you were mentioning.
I don't see a big item, a big game-changing item that LGD can pick up. Troll going for Satanic, that's not gonna win them the game. It might prolong things, but there's Heaven's Halberd, there is Nyx Assassin, Sinister Gaze, Yule Scepter, Shotgun, so I think he needs to go all in on the damage. Gyro's going for one, Daedalus. That might be the big one.
Big damage for the big Gyro. Clockwork has stalled completely. 7k net worth. Rubik now starting to well overtake him, as you've been saying, since the draft, really. No way to flash farm, no way to keep up in net worth on this Clockwork, apart from fighting and fighting consistently. Morph with that Aegis. DP with Cheese and the Blink Dagger now available, so they can jump back lines, they can catch Oracle, silence, stun, make those moves, and LGD heavily reliant on the Oracle save onto Troll and Gyro especially, as Chalice jumped on by the Blink, Shivers, silence, duel, everything, the kitchen sink thrown in onto the Troll. Beautifully done, so there was no save from X-Nova, and it should be a bonus kill with the E-Blade of Eurus. Kill the Courier as well, why not? Ori takes it, and that was a gem on Courier, hey? Waveform forward, Eurus, aggressive, but the cogs, they do nothing! Oh, poor 11. Forced out of his base. They reclaim the gem with another Courier, but this one, I don't know. It looks all but over.
It feels completely over. Ori with the sick itemization this game. Blink and Shiva's Guard blinks in, finds Oracle with the vision of Shiva's Guard, of course, and they instantly focus the Troll. He uses Yule Scepter on Oracle, so he can't use the False Promise, and suddenly there is no fight at all.
Double damage rune top. Go on, Gyro. Go kill the Courier with Daedalus recipe on it, and soon to be Demon Edge. That's Morphlings, right? Yeah. Morphling will have it after this lane of barracks. We don't like that. Tactical pause. They've got to think about this. Maybe.
How do we defend Rubik? Do something.
Where is maybe TPing? Can you see where he's TPing?
I'm looking.
Is it? I guess it's bugged and it's not showing us.
He's teleporting to Fountain. Found it.
I don't see it. Am I blind? Am I stupid? Yes, I am blind and stupid, but I genuinely don't see it. So they're bringing maybe back. Troll alive in 10 seconds. Clock in 5. FY needs to make some real slick moves to be able to catch anyone here, though. And it can't be the Morphling. He's got that Aegis. He's got 2 defensive items. 3 defensive items if you count E-Blade as well as BKB Lincoln's. Yang is very strong. Ori, untouchable. They've got to kill Lich. Lich is like the only hero they can grab.
That's the problem. They don't have the clear target in these fights. Yeah, you would love to burst DP before she can get any spells off, but they don't have the abilities to. What do you think it's happening with this pause?
I legitimately have no idea. Like, they haven't said... Usually they say something, like color or keyboard broken or... usually very good with that kind of thing. But not here, apparently. Oh, there we go. See, Lacoste, what was I saying? You complain, and then you get results.
There is translation. You're saying someone's
in the toilet.
At the toilet.
Let's see.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Voice lost. So maybe we're saying whatever they're using for voice, TeamSpeak, Discord, Skype, whatever it might be, Mumble, Ventrilo. Something's wrong with their voice program. Spela lite Dota. I feel you, man.
Do you think there's gonna be Base Hunter?
TI.
During this TI, yeah.
I was thinking about it. I hope so. Just bring them all back. Bring back Dead Mouse, Base Hunter. Bring DJ Hodor. You know, just to do everyone.
DJ Hodor or what?
Oh, he wasn't at TI. He was at the Frankfurt Major after party. They had DJ Hodor. Like the actor, the actor in Game of Thrones, Hodor, is also a DJ.
Wait, really?
Yeah. He was the
like
DJ.
Hodor? Oh,
yes,
right.
Yeah.
Well, bring him.
I mean, he did the was it Manila Major? He opened the door, right?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's done a couple of Dota events. It's pretty cool. I think it was Manila. It was definitely an event in Southeast Asia. I'm pretty sure it was Manila Major. But they had like these big sliding doors. And hold door. Big man Hodor. I'm going to moderate chat while we're waiting. There's been some naughty people spoiling results. Naughty. I'm going to remove you all.
Ban them all, Gary.
Yeah, if you gamble and you get angry that you lost your money, you shouldn't be gambling in the first place, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Stop being upset, little children. Thank you very much. What do you think of this Quelling Blade from DY is? Is it actually a mistake? Like he's forgotten it doesn't work?
He
on
did not read the patch notes. Sometimes, you know, it's hard to adjust to new stuff. I remember when you could attack during Bane's Nightmare. Mm-hmm. You could see a lot of pros in the games also not attacking them.
Ah, yeah.
It's just this muscle memory.
Have you seen... I think we talked about this before, but Razor with Bane is pretty damn good.
I think that's fixed.
Oh, is it fixed? Oh, okay. I've not seen it.
I think
since.
It's fixed.
Okie dokie. That's good, because that was a bit funny. The fact that Static Link was like a separate agent or a separate actor instead of Razor actually hitting himself. Well, let's Google Translate this as well. We're getting some good use out of Google Translate. I don't know what that is. Yu Ren Yong Bu Liao. Since... Okay, I don't know what that actually means. Translate says, since tourists can't use it.
Wait. They are in China, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he can't go... He needs to go to, like, further away toilet. I don't know.
No, maybe is talking about their voice, like Discord or TeamSpeak or something. Maybe Discord got banned and now it's broken or something. Who knows? Okay, we're ready to get underway. If you're just joining us, Game 3 here in this best of 3. ViCi Gaming on the verge of victory in our first series.
About to finish, yep.
It looks like it is coming to a close. LGD on their last legs. A couple of heroes respawning. We've had a very close series back and forth. This one has been pretty straightforward, honestly, for ViCi Gaming. Get Morphling big, win game. Game ends. So are we not ready anymore? Oh, I guess
we are. I've been ready for the past 5 minutes, maybe even.
DY is just waiting. Maybe someone's still in the bathroom. So this full lane of racks is gone. Melee racks at the very least. ViCi Gaming... They don't need to stick around for ranged, but they probably can. But they can only transition top, right? Tier 3 top. The Tier 2 is still standing bottom. So it's probably more natural for them to, go down towards Tier 2 bottom lane, get the waves pushed out. If they don't want to go for another full lane. Smoke up in behind them, fountain type.
Range racks as well.
Why the hell not? And they shift back, hold a high ground somewhere. Which high ground? I would like to come and hold this high ground where yellow's pinging. DP saying, come and hold this high ground. Then they can start pushing bottom lane into Tier 2. Exactly. It is potentially more expected, though, and that's where LGD are moving. Scan
They know.
Yeah, they do, absolutely. They spot the clockwork. They know that Old 11's up on the front. They Yules immediately. That's the catch they've been waiting for. Lift up with the telekinesis, so a steal out from FY. It is the impale from Nyx, and a good connection onto the Morphling. Means Old 11 is still up and running. No casualties just yet, just a couple of cooldowns expended. But LGD hold their tier 2. They make sure there isn't a second high ground attempt just yet. But they're putting themselves in a very aggressive position.
Let me tell you, Old 11 is the first hero to die, and then he's gonna buy back. That's his plan all along. Try to force a BKB, maybe Death Prophet ulti, and then they're just gonna run away and try to fight when there's no DP ulti running. This is do or die for them. Morphling still has Aegis for another minute and 50 seconds.
Another bloody double damage rune.
We've seen like 5, 6 DDs, maybe even more this game.
Yeah, like Gyro had like 3, Morphlings had like 3. That's been pretty ridiculous. Nyx Assassin yet again makes the first move. Good combination into chain stun. That Rubik, long range impale, and Old 11 still up and running. Gets the saves out with the Fate Edict and the heal. Chalice going to work on DY. So a 1-for-1 so far, and still battling forward, but the battle trans disarm, and now the duel in from Yang. Poor Troll, he's down in the dumps, and it looks like he's about to be brought out, as there's no false promise anymore. He's got it on him still, and that's him gone. Buyback available. He's going to be forced to use it.
Well, considering how long the pause was, I was expecting something better to come out of LGD. Maybe something more tactical. Nah, jokes aside, the game looks pretty over. Troll has way too many counters, and Heaven's Halberd, Blade, playing against Legion Commander with the duel, Carapace, you name it, Frost. There's a ton of stuff against him.
And a second lane of barracks for ViCi Gaming. Nothing to stop them whatsoever. Troll is still holding buyback. You're saying it's do or die, but it looks like they're just dying and not really doing too much doing. Holding out for something. Maybe baiting, pretending he doesn't have buyback, forcing ViCi Gaming into a position where, you know, they take down tier 4s, but they're not falling for any traps. And there we have the buyback from Troll, but ViCi Gaming have already very quickly expedited their retreat from that dire base.
That's what they wanted, to put ViCi Gaming in a bad spot while Aegis is about to run out, and now they're full HP. They can recover. They just need to push out the bottom lane. It's minute 35, so 2 siege creeps are spawning. They need to clear this wave. Morphling will be level 25 after this one. He gets waveform charges, so he can go in and out. Very good against Troll, against the Clockwork, so he can be caught in a bad position.
Tier 1 tower still standing, bottom lane. I can't believe it. We're almost 40 minutes into this match. Go and kill the tier 1 tower, please. Someone, I beg you. Anyone. Eurus, just go, slay it, kill it. Selling a Wraith Bandit shop. I'm not sure what he's buying. Butterfly, okie dokie. He can almost fully complete it up. But here come the TPs. There's the catch. FY, 2-man stun again. Just so beautiful with ease and a hook shot. Landing onto Lich, but Old 11 can't continue forward, and they've got a duel onto a prime target in the back. It's the Troll, and that's him without buyback. Poor Oracle being defeated by the Exorcism Ghost, and Eurus is just cleaning up house now. LGD, they are done for. 3 in a row. 4 in a row. I missed the 4th one in the back somewhere. It's X-Nova. Down and out, and it's tier 4 into Ancient Time. Creep Wave top should be able to meet up on the high ground, and they can bring down the final buildings in this dire base.
They're still not calling it. I guess they're having fun. Gyro. Mayday! And there it is. They just wanted to share the grave that they digged for themselves with this position 3 Clockwork.
Yeah, it was a rough one, but you know, the draft, we had like 7 offlane heroes banned. We get to the final heroes, and it's like, well, crap, what do we have left? Not much, really, honestly. ViCi Gaming get the upper hand in this best of 3 series, 2-1 victory over LGD as we start off our ESL 1 LA 2020 online league for China. Lacoste, pretty good game, pretty good series. to start things
Yeah,
off with.
besides
Very
the game
fun.
3, which was one-sided, it was very close series, back and forth. In game 3, Eurus and Ori didn't die a single time. This just shows how one-sided this game was. But I'm happy to see that China is back thanks to ESL. We can have these tournaments from home. And the Chinese region definitely, of course, besides EU, which I'm from, and which is the strongest region at the moment, China is my second favorite one.
Very good. So we've got we've got series every day for the next 2.5 weeks or something. It's pretty damn good. What should be multiple best of threes across multiple streams for the next couple of weeks at the very least. China, Europe, all the regions, beautiful stuff. I'm going to be casting with you every day. You're going to be tired of me by the end of it, Lacoste.
Yeah, I feel like by end of day 5, I'm just gonna be done.
I'll cast alone then.
Nah, it's always a pleasure casting with you, Gary. We've been doing it for the past 3 years.
Inflatable Lacoste with your new haircut. Very bold.
Very bold. I have a small bald spot on the top of my head, so I had to check.
It's bold to be bold.
Once I'm like 40.
You're scouting out real estate on your head.
Yeah.
There we have it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're back at 1 second, actually. Let me check. Yeah, same time. Midday UTC. So that's 1 p.m. CET. We'll be back with eHome up against LGD for our best of 3. A couple of series do start earlier, though. 9 a.m. UTC, which is 5 p.m. Singapore time, if that's the time zone you're in. 10 a.m. CET. IG against Newbie, ViCi against RNG with MLP, John X Fire, and D Swordfish, I believe, is covering one of the other ones, if not Seek and Strike. But we've got plenty of games, plenty of casters going through it all, and of course BTS covering a bunch of the other games and series as well. So we'll see you guys very often for the next couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always, always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dagger, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Salary. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high.
passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away.
We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.